this?
For everybody watching live right now, we just started. I got a bad feeling about when I start recording the audio version, so we'll see what happens. But
Nice.
oh, what a feeling! You were gonna say something, Mombre?
I have a friend
There he
that
is.
reminded me, or that told
Let's
me that she's single and like in her 50s, and she was like, I like to stop by King's around 7 o'clock at night because I know that the men who are stopping there for prepared meals have a lot of money.
Nice.
I'm scouting out, dude.
I want to make the meals. All right, we're gonna give this a shot.
Yeah, King's
Hopefully,
is pricey, so.
hopefully it works.
When do the ice cream buyers show up there? That's when I need to hang out.
2, 1.
Apparently not often because
I didn't
the
start.
freezer was full.
Go Nintendo Podcast, episode 842, the Appleton Podcast.
Wow!
The Bridgerton podcast.
The Go Nintendo Podcast is part of the HyperX Podcast Network. Check out our show and other shows on podcast.hyperx.com. Mombre.
Please, I'm looking at cats.
Tells I love cats.
There's a beautiful.
I think that lady's still crying about cats.
I cry about cats.
I mean, I have cried about cats. I'm not going to cry about a cat right now.
The movie?
Would squeeze
Based
the
on the-
bejeepers out of a cat right now.
Let's
It's been a long
hit
time.
Let's not make poor Kirby suffer through being the focus of 2 cats-related images.
Yeah,
from
can we
the
just
blog. He
stop
was,
bringing up cats, please?
terrified.
Oh my gosh. Alternate Liz says the cat left the room, so she can't listen.
Mombrain.
Maybe she'll come back. Okay. Appleton. Eating a sweet apple caused its evolution. A nectarous scent wafts from its body. I mean, I'm assuming that's the word, nectarous.
Go down to the
luring-
market, pick us up some nectars.
Oh God, I can't. I'm a little stiff today.
Were you
My
eating
neck-
were
my
you
nectarous is sore.
We're eating nectarines. You got a little nectarous on your face there.
A nectarous scent wafts from its body, luring in the bug Pokemon it preys on. Ooh, that took a turn. They're a foot tall, 28 pounds. They're male and female. And the category is apple nectar. Abilities include gluttony, which makes the Pokemon eat a held berry when its HP drops to half or less,
Probably
which
those,
is sooner than usual.
Haribo berries.
I love those.
They're really good.
Yeah. And ripens berries and doubles their effect.
Berries like plums.
Berries and cream.
Kelly
Ripen your
Ripen.
plums.
And
Kelly
Regis,
Ripen.
and Regis Pilgrim.
Thank you, Mom Brain.
My pleasure.
Mom Brain is here.
One last chance. Meow, kitty, kitty. I need to know if anyone's cat.
Mom Brain,
joins
how
them.
are you?
Meow, am I? Perfect.
Oh boy, Kirby's here.
Hi.
Stu is here.
Uku. I couldn't think of a cat one, so I'll just go with
I thought you forgot what you said every week. Of course,
I did actually.
the one, the only, my friend and college roommate, Josh Grobot is here. Josh, how are you?
A big hello to my fans.
Josh, how's
Shout out to my bros.
always shout out to the Call of Duty bros. Josh, how's Call of Duty going for you?
Did you know you can play Tetris
Oh,
for free on
alright.
Tetris.com?
Josh, I got a Tetris story that's going to come up a little bit later for you.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Hanging and
Kitty's-
banging.
Kitty's in the kitchen getting food. I mean, I can't blame
Much
him.
more
Kitty
important.
got wet.
You know how I wanted to say that as a like a byline joke on one of the posts I wrote, but I was like, I don't know how many people know about that reference, and I don't
Well,
want to.
If you don't know about it, you
Yeah.
could think it's sexual.
Yes, exactly.
And I informed Du. in yeah.
Meow.
The Uncharted movie. Nathan in the beginning works at a bar. He's a bartender, and there's a neon sign behind the bar that says "Kitty got wet."
Really?
see it when I watched, yeah.
Well, maybe I do have
Like
to
that
watch
is
that.
I mean,
movie.
imagine that just being a neon sign in a bar, and it's like it. I mean, it looks like a fancy place, but I don't know if it's like one of those trendy places.
Where's this party going on? You hear this? Somebody's playing music out there. And of course, George is here. George, how are you?
Meow.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
big fan of the felines, I believe.
Oh my God.
All right. First things first. There's a picture for you. A cat that is also a lime. I was so every day I go on my Pikmin walk and I listen to the H3 podcasts, and I don't know what was said or anything, but I was like, I just made me want to say thanks to everybody that listens to the Go Nintendo podcast. It's nice to have a nice group of people out there listening to all the stupidity we have every week. Well,
Thank you.
I don't know what kicked it off.
It's
They
like,
were talking about
What are
something
we up
horrible.
to now?
but-
Like 14 people? listening?
14, I think. Yeah. Well, let's not go
Thanks.
overboard. Rough estimate. 14
On a
people.
good day, 12. Thank you for the
And one of
the
those
regulars.
is due every week. All right, there's some stuff I want to talk about. Oh,
Can you talk about the picture that you took that I love? Speaking of cats
Oh, pornography.
sure, I'll talk about that picture. It's not podcast related, but it is related to Pikmin.
and cats.
So every day I go on my Pikmin walk. One day I went out very late because I was busy with the site. So by the time I went out, the sun was down. So I wore a headlamp, as I usually do when it's in the dark.
My headlamp.
Gross. He
Okay.
probably sweats it all up.
Definitely do. Bald, sweaty head. So I'm walking. It's a bright light, and I can see things shimmering in the light because they catch the lights glint, or they glint in the light. And I see a pair of eyes.
Good way to keep away gremlins.
And I'm like, ooh, what's this? And I turn my head a little bit to catch the eyes again, and it's staring right at me. And I get closer and closer. It's an all black cat. And I was like, ooh, hello, Mr. Kitty. And I went over and I'm like, pss, 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 like my brain said. And the cat looks at me directly and takes 2 steps and then proceeds to crap. It looks right at me while it's
I put a
crapping.
picture in the Discord.
Oh, and it
Really?
It's my
There's
favorite picture.
Photo evidence. Of
I
this?
said yes,
Take a
because
picture of the cat.
to send to Mom Brain, yeah.
Oh my
Here it
God.
is.
That is amazing.
There it is, just pooping, and it just kept pooping the whole time, and it pooped until I left. So I was like,
How long were you there?
You do your thing. Well, I mean, this all happened in
As
the
long
course
as
of
it takes,
a minute,
baby.
maybe, probably not even a minute,
Like, how
but
cute is that?
it just.
It would be great,
I
though,
wanted
if,
to
like,
pet it, and it had other things to
If
do.
it's like hunched up like that and it like drops and then it pew shoots. Like
Maybe it
rockets
did.
itself.
I left before that happened.
Maybe you scared the poop out of it.
I guess that could have been it. It was trying to hide, and I caught it, and it got very nervous, and it had to poop. We've all been there. All right, that wasn't a story I was
The
going to
weird
tell.
thing is, when you got home and went to the bathroom to take a dump, the cat was in there looking at you.
It's true. The Tetris story, Josh. This is for you, and I guess for all of the podcast listeners, guys. I
Did
can
you know you can win money just
Oh.
for playing Tetris?
$5,000
is on the line tonight in Tetris Prime
We
Time.
don't know if that's still going on, Josh. Okay. I can officially say.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
I can officially say, boom, Tetris for Jeff. I can officially say, I am a hardcore gamer, guys. It was made possible thanks to Mom Brain.
Congratulations.
I'm officially a hardcore gamer because I drank my first.
I'm a hardcore gamer.
I drank my first G Fuel.
Oh, hey.
Mom Brain was out trying to
Yes,
find.
I really did.
Thank you. The Wakanda Forever Sprite, which she could not find. So I
Is that a
said,
different flavor or is it just a different label?
I don't know.
Ooh,
I
how
don't
I want
know,
some.
right?
You know,
I watched 2 commercials and I was like, I still don't know if this
there's
tastes
also
different.
like an Arizona iced tea, like an Arizona Marvel collab.
Yes,
too.
I do know about that. I gotta try that too. But also, I just found this out. Did you know Sprite changed their green bottle to clear because they didn't like the fact that people could easily pick out Sprite bottles in landfills?
Huh.
I read all about it this week. Yeah, they're like, people see a Sprite bottle in a dump and they're like, they know that's a Sprite bottle.
Or
So
Mountain
I
Dew
hadn't
green
even
as well?
noticed.
Or it's
Mountain
just the
Dew.
juice inside was green.
the juice.
The Mountain Juice.
The Sprite juice.
I don't know. I think a Mountain Dew bottle might be green,
Come get
but
your
it's like
juice.
neon green, right? It's not like a. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but still,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
and they're different
Well,
shapes.
7-Up. 7-Up was green. Used to be, at least. I don't
Well,
know.
Used to
Mountain
be.
Dew
Is 7-Up
is
still around? Yeah, right?
It's around, but it's not green anymore.
Mountain Dew's garbage even before it gets to the landfill.
Yeah, that's
so I
right.
think
They're not
they
trying
don't
to fool
care.
anybody.
Yeah.
I mean, you're lucky if you're throwing away Mountain Dew because, like, you
Unless
leave it
it's
open,
Mountain
it'll
Dew
eat
Code
through
Red.
the garbage, right?
That's right. So, as a what's the word? You know, when you want to get something but you don't get it, so you get something instead of it.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
Consolation.
Consolation.
Oh,
It's a
Oh,
consolation. She got me 2 G Fuel drinks. She got me the Sonic one, which is peach ring flavored. Peach
Oh,
ring.
I got emails about those.
I
yeah.
haven't. So I never had
Sonic's
any.
peach ring?
I haven't had a G Fuel ever, but she got me another one, and the other one is the one that I drank first. I drank Tetris G Fuel. I had no idea that they had Tetris
Oh,
G
man,
Fuel.
you
Mom,
drink that and
Brandon,
you
Did it
strap
taste
in.
like vodka?
how much do you feel like getting up? You can look it up on the internet. Look up the can for the
I can
Tetris
look- I
G
can go get
Fuel.
it. Where is it?
It's
Is it
in my
the fridge?
office, left hand side of the desk. The
Is-
can is awesome.
Is,
Now I understand why people love G Fuel. The
is
cans
G
are
Fuel
amazing.
is it like Gatorade or something, or is
It's
it
a
like
whole bunch of. It's like an energy drink. It's like
like a
it's
Red
got like
Bull, or-
300 milligrams of caffeine.
Ooh, did you feel any jitters?
No, because I drank it throughout the course of like 6 hours. I didn't like pound it. There's the Sonic. I mean, the Sonic can is cool too.
This is really
at that.
cool. It's a cylinder. It's got a
Peach
pull tab
rings.
on top. Not a pull tab, but a pop tab.
But look at that. That's a cool can.
Did you feel extreme focus?
I did not. I did not.
How was your performance energy
0
afterwards?
You know, after I drank, or I did drink some of it while we were.
I'm sorry, Mom Brain. How was his performance energy afterwards?
Well, in
I should have been
Fortnite,
asking the right person.
when I drank some of it while playing Fortnite, and we did get three
There's a little bit in there.
victory royales. So.
Look, it looks awesome. It's all about marketing.
Oh,
'Cause it's
yeah.
probably killing people. It's probably killing.
you know,
children.
it's the same as a Red Bull. A Red Bull.
300,
Red
It's
Bull.
really great marketing.
300 milligrams of
Awesome
caffeine.
cans.
Yeah,
It's
you
giving
know what you're
children,
supposed to
like,
have in a
heart
day.
attacks.
I looked this up as well.
Yeah, look how awesome this is. As a
What,
kid, I would have
25?
not been able to resist that.
They say 400 for a day is okay. So yeah,
Still
you
under?
drink one of those in a day. I mean, yeah, I didn't drink anything else with caffeine, so I was still under the limit for yesterday. But
Yeah, show it off.
flavor wise, it was okay.
It's got Tetraminos
Thank
on
you.
there.
Flavor wise, it was okay. I'm hopeful that the Sonic version is better, but the can top notch. Also, the flavor is called Tetris Blast. So 0 calories
that
if
the
you're
name of the
wondering about
game?
that.
I think that's the name of like a special goldfish snack.
Yeah, flavor
Tetris?
best the blasted Tetraminos. Flavor
Oh.
bastard. So I'll report back on the Sonic one. I'm not going to drink it now because I'll get too hyped up.
You
But
should drink it right now. All
We
of
should
it.
do that for the
Should I
next
take a sip
podcast.
right now?
Each pound one next podcast, and then see if we act any different.
Dark Metamorphosis!
give it to me. I'm going to try it. I'm going to take a sip. I can take a sip. Thank you.
Yes, take a sip right now.
Just want everyone
Yeah.
to know it wasn't peer pressure. I was taking it away.
It better smell like peaches.
I can smell it from here.
It smells like peaches.
Peach hole.
This is snow.
Oh, Sonic's is way better. Sonic's is great. Sonic's peach ring tastes delicious.
Ugh.
Wow.
Does it have the peach fuzz in there? Can you taste any of the fuzz?
Not yet. I think that's settled to the bottom. That's good. The peach ring one is good.
All right.
There you go. Sonic did it again. Should have been chili dog flavor, but what are you gonna do?
Please drink that quickly, and we'll see if you act.
I'm
any
not
different.
drinking all of it now. I'm done. My 2 sips for the show, and that's
Gotta go
it.
fast.
You already talk so fast on this show. You'd be
I
like the
know.
Micro Machines man.
So I give the Tetris one. I'd say I give the Tetris one a 5.5 for flavor. Sonic, I think I'd give an 8. Sonic's good. I don't know what other games and flavors there are, but I mean, Sonic gets my stamp of approval. All right. Oh yeah, let's do this. We got food for you guys. Now I'm gonna say,
I have another food thing too
yeah,
that I talked about last week off the air.
I don't
Those-
remember.
Maybe it was on the air. Those Doritos, tamarind Doritos.
Oh, pumpkin spice Doritos.
Dortos.
I do want to try those, but not right now. As you know, we have a history with the podcast with Trader Joe's. We were trying to get what were they, Mango JoJo's, but we could not find them. But Mom Brain
Turns
found
out
another
after-
JoJo.
After Mango JoJo Gate, they pulled them off the
Yeah.
shelves completely.
She found another seasonal JoJo that you guys can try. It's pumpkin
Spiced.
Ooh.
JoJo, pumpkin
Oh,
spice
but
JoJo. I have had
they're
one. Mom Brain has
coated.
had one. We will not talk about them. If
But
you would
they're
like to
coated.
participate,
They do
and
have
try,
regular Mango JoJo, like because JoJo's are basically Oreos.
Mhm.
Um,
JoJo.
so they have those regular cookie
I'm
sandwiches.
sorry, I
but
didn't say
these
hello
are
to the Discord. What a
these
horrible
are
person.
encased in
How
goodness.
did you guys try this when the package isn't open?
It is open. I just put it back in backwards.
She's
so
good,
that,
man.
Pass the test.
She's
so
good.
That,
You know
She's
what you
good.
got?
they'd stay
Wow.
fresh.
F plus.
Oh, let me say hi to chat. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm like, thanks for listening, everybody. And I didn't mention you. Hiley and Tom is here, and Pip Up all our solid master Link, Alternus Liz, Joe Shabadoo, Backseat Studios, Kate Fabe. Oh, Kate Fabe is here. PC from last week. Fluffer Nutter, Tentavision, Anastasia Beaverhausen. Whoever else I didn't see in here, I keep trying to scroll and more comments come in. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope you're having a great weekend. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Red Souza. Hello, all the regulars. I'm very happy that you're here. Mom, perfect brain. Drop a comment and I'll say hi to you. Hello, no blades, no bows. All right.
Is that a Robin Hood Prince of Thieves reference?
We'll find out. Hello, Tall Show. Thank you for that great Wii U picture that keeps popping up. Hello, Ice Dilbert. All right, guys. Pumpkin spiced JoJo's. Can I get your opinions?
I like them, but
Too sweet.
Well, when you bite, they are very sweet, but when you bite down on them, they the sandwich cookies kind of like slide around a little,
I
and-
did notice that.
and some of the filling will like get squeezed out a bit. But
Well, that's your fault. Just put the whole thing in your mouth.
that's what I should have done. But
Hi, Giant Reggie.
flavor
Eating a
wise,
moon pea.
yeah, I like it.
Do Nikki Hill?
Yeah.
He gets a yeah from Nikki Hill.
It reminds me.
I've
of
never
those,
had a JoJo. Is this the structure of a normal JoJo?
No, normal JoJo's
Yeah.
aren't coated, and I don't think they have as much cream inside. They're an Oreo. Like
basically.
a normal JoJo is comparable to an Oreo, but I think they're a little tastier.
This is
Hello,
great.
Tony
I
De La
love this.
Mancha. Tony says JoJo's are too sweet. These most so.
Yeah, these remind me of those.
They are very sweet.
Those
I
like
it.
Sweetzel's.
Bottom.
They make like a
was.
cream filled version of their cookie.
Uh,
Sweetzel's, they have those seasonal they're kind of like ginger snaps.
Hi, Steel Diver. Yes, there is. We're doing it right
Um,
now.
One thing that
And it starts right now.
I actually think I do like is just that little bit of salt on there.
They
it's
do
great.
say they have salt.
It's great. It's great. And is it like gingery too? It's got a real great. It's almost like a ginger snap
Yeah, it says
with like a
spiced,
Oh my
so I
God.
imagine
Yeah.
there's ginger.
so good.
So when I was checking out in line,
Is that all you bought?
Sorry, Sweetzel's spiced wafers. That's what I was thinking of. Sorry, Mom Brain.
it's
Hi,
good.
Malik Halo.
Oh yeah, those pumpkin moon peas were good. So there was a person, checking out my
Hi,
groceries,
Steve Irwin.
and she was talking about those. She's like, these are really good. I was like, oh, well, we have a podcast and we have this like running joke about JoJo's. And she was like, oh, really? You have a podcast? I was like, yeah, well, I
Who's
don't, but
this?
I participate in one. The lady at Trader Joe's that was checking the groceries out.
That
And-
cashier, or was she just looking at your groceries?
I don't know. She's just looking. So I was like, oh, well, she's like, oh, tell me about your podcast. And I was like, well, it's a little bit niche. It's a Nintendo podcast. She was like, oh my gosh, I wrote my,
Thesis on Nintendo.
well, she wrote a dissertation on
Hi, Grantimus.
viewing gaming through a feminist lens. And I was like, why are we not best friends? Like,
Wow.
yeah.
Did you two start making out?
So
Did she put a pumpkin spice JoJo in her mouth and you two ate it together?
I mean, what happened between us at
Are
Trader
you-
Joe's?
Are you
Is,
friends now?
I mean, we're best friends, you know.
So here's the sad thing about this conversation. You're like, hey, this lady's really nice. We had a great conversation. We got so much in common, and I'll never see her again.
Well, if maybe
Well,
she's
you know where to find her. Maybe.
yeah, and maybe she's listening to the podcast. We actually had like a couple other we were talking about things. I was like, that's cool. Like, what do you do for
Where did it go? Did you exchange any information?
No.
What the
I
hell?
mean, I
You
don't
got to go back. Get her on the podcast.
maybe she's listening. I told her it was Go Nintendo podcast.
She ain't listening.
Mom
Nobody
Brain, I'm,
listens.
I'm sure you'll run into her again.
13
eventually.
people this
you,
week.
you
Or is
better.
it 14?
If you see her again, tell her to come be a
Maybe.
friend. Be on a podcast.
Bum,
Did she look-
bum.
Like a nice person.
What
She
does that
works.
mean?
She works at
Did you
Trader
get her-
Joe's.
It's
so I
important that she
imagine-
knows we judge
think
people
I
by
did.
looks on this
Exactly.
podcast.
She was
Very
very
shallow.
nice. She was very nice.
How
Next
old?
time you go back, you're gonna describe her to like the manager, and they're gonna be like, "Oh my god, that person died a year ago today." She choked on a pumpkin spice JoJo.
How old? How old do you think?
Oh, I
After
think,
college age, I
think
guess.
I asked her because she was talking about her ASL. She was talking about because I said, oh, so like, what do you you finish your dissertation? Like, what are you doing in the world? And she was like, I'm working at Trader Joe's.
Hi, Drake.
She was like, I just couldn't.
Excuse me. I asked how old.
So she said she was 27, 26 or 27. And I was like, that's a rough time in your life. Like, it really is a hard time. You're like, figuring out who you are.
Not when
and
you're
what you wanna
pounding
do, and
pumpkin spice JoJo's, baby.
yeah.
I want to keep saying mango JoJo's.
Yeah, do they get a employee discount?
Yeah, somebody runs around. What's that hidden thing at Trader Joe's all the time?
Well, it's
Oh,
a
yeah.
stuffed animal.
She goes to find it every day, and they're like, "You work here," and she's like, "I found it." So they give her a box of pumpkin spice
Yeah.
JoJo's.
I'm off the clock.
Yeah, right. So she clocks out. She's like, "There it is! I found it." By the way, if you don't know, Trader Joe's hides a stuffed animal in their store, and if a child finds it and takes it up to the counter, they
you
get
just tell them where it was.
what? I
'cause
don't
you
know.
can't reach it usually.
a balloon or something. I don't know.
I
what
think
you
you get a
You get a job.
Oh, it's not.
you
It's
get,
not.
like a lollipop. I think.
It's
you
always
get any
there,
of the
like they
food,
don't grab
food
it
that
and
fell
take
on the
it.
floor.
Yeah, when you find it, you don't take it. You just let them know at the
Oh, that's-
customer service.
No,
or
you take
So
whatever.
that's better
You
than
can take anything you want out of the
that
dumpster.
world.
That's right.
That world.
Go! Congratulations on finding the stuffed animal. Now go back behind the building in the Trader Joe's prize bin and take whatever you want.
There's probably good stuff back there.
I found a raccoon.
The raccoon.
I found Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Careful, he bites. All right, there you go. We ate those. Can I get a number score on those real quick? Scale 1 to 10.
Man, I'll give them an 8. They're great.
Yeah,
Eight is
I
where
go
I'd go.
a 7 or an 8.
They were very good.
Yeah.
It's one of those
don't like
where
numbers.
this sounds like such an old person thing, but you
Numbers,
eat like
numbers.
2, and I'd be like, I'm good, or maybe 3 I could do. I'd be like, that's enough for now. But they're good. They are very sweet, but the salt helps. You're right. They're an 8.
Mhm.
Yeah, they're an 8. All right, moving on. We only have one more thing to talk about before we get into news, but this one's news related. As you probably know, the debut trailer for the Super Mario Brothers movie came out this week. And it was number 1 on trending on YouTube. The world is talking about it.
my god!
Over on Patreon, I asked our patrons to share their thoughts
Yeah,
on the
I'm
movie
wondering how,
On the movie, they already saw it.
on the trailer, and I will read what they said, but I figured we could all talk about it first.
Yeah. I haven't seen it, but I'm wondering like how many
Oh
downvotes
my
there were.
god! Well, YouTube doesn't have dislikes anymore,
Yeah, that's why I'm curious.
so they do. It's still there. You can downvote. You just can't publicly see the number. But
Right.
there's a plugin you can get to view those numbers if you
Oh.
need to see
If you really
negativity and
wanna
it fuels
kill
you.
yourself. Yeah.
I mean, whoever uploads the video
A
can
lot of
see
people
the
with that
downvotes, but the
plugin, I'm
public
sure.
can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I'll just watch it now.
I
You
can't
go
see
right
my
ahead.
own hate. Did I even hate in the first place?
So I guess we can't talk about it because, I don't know.
Well, I mean, don't worry about spoilers or anything. It's just a trailer.
I'm just gonna.
I
say
don't know if you
this.
can watch it with the audio though, because the video might get claimed
Get out.
then.
Oh,
You got to go into the
You got
bathroom.
to leave for a minute and a half.
I
You
just
need-
watch it with the sound off.
No,
It's an animation
Whoa.
with voice acting.
I'll put
You,
on
you should.
subtitles.
That really gets the Chris Prattness of it.
yeah, right. You gotta.
All right. I'll
Just
go
step
into
out
the
for
I'm
a
not
audio.
minute.
asking you to leave forever.
I am.
It's like question number 1. What do you think of Chris Pratt as the voice? Oh, you watched it without the sound on?
I watched it without the sound on the first time, just to see
Question
like what
number
the character
2.
models
What did
look
you
like.
think of the voice of Bowser? Oh, okay. Question number 3. How was the music?
So what are we gonna do while we wait?
You could eat another.
Kirby, you
JoJo.
done yet? He's still not done watching.
No, we
This
can talk
guy.
about it, or I
We
guess
got a
we'll-
Nintendo podcast, and he doesn't watch. The
Where has he
Mario
been?
trailer?
Let's talk about
yeah,
him
we
like
can
he's
talk
not.
about
Wow! Incredible!
I mean, I'll start. I watched it and I was very impressed with it. I liked the humor that was in it. It looks like they're putting a lot of hard work into it. It looks like a Mario movie. Like it looks very well realized with a whole bunch of attention to detail.
It looks like if the people who made Despicable Me made a Mario movie.
So
wait.
then you're right. I think Jack Black did a great job. He seems like he's going to be fun as Bowser. I love that the penguins get the spotlight. Come on, like that's great.
I don't know if they're gonna get the spotlight though.
I meant in the debut trailer.
Copy that.
I'm happy seeing what some may call pushy penguins in the trailer.
I
yeah,
watched
and
it. I watched it. And
You
some
know, I
people were
said
watching over
pushy
my shoulder. And they're like,
penguins.
"I've never seen a penguin in a Mario game." And I was like, "Well,
Have you
they're
never
certainly
played
in
any
Mario
Mario game?
64 for what I know, and Pushy Penguins?"
I mean, they're in multiple Mario games. I think the first one was 64.
But what were you gonna say, sorry?
My mind went straight to Pushy Penguins, and then
Yeah.
Mine
and
too.
then you, RMC, you were like, "Yeah, isn't that great? The penguins from Super Mario 64." And I was like, "Yeah, of course." And then I was like kicking myself because it's like, of course, it's like the definitive memory of that game is
Throwing
sliding
that
down
mama's
that-
babies.
Ugh.
Oh, yeah, that's what I mean.
Yes, throwing-
no, sliding down the slide. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, for Christ's sake, this person that you're working with, they don't, I mean, one of the Mario games has a penguin suit that you wear. Like, get it together, man. Get it together. I saw someone else on the internet
Not
react to me
everybody
like,
has a
why are
Nintendo
there penguins? What's going on with penguins? And I'm like, why are you watching a Mario trailer? Because you don't know anything about Mario, apparently. But yeah, the only
Neither does
down,
Chris Pratt.
the only
apparently.
downside of the trailer for
was
me
that there was no John Leguizamo. Yeah, we felt the same.
was the Chris Pratt part, but I'm not like that was horrible or I hate that. I'm just like, whatever, a flat delivery. I need to hear more, but
It
you
was
know-
funny how, and you knew this is how it was going to go down. You knew they hired him to be Chris Pratt. It's not Chris Pratt's fault. But like, it's funny that they were like, "No, he's doing a totally different voice. You have to hear the voice." And then they play it, and it's like just Chris Pratt.
well, here's the thing. I do want to talk about that because I very much
There's a very
believe
small moment of accent.
he's got a little bit of Brooklyn in there. But I do believe that the movie is going to have him transition to a more Mario-esque voice or a more over-the-top voice because the movie is clearly about Mario's from the real world and ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. So I think as he's there and time goes on, he's going to
There's a lot of mushrooms too. Never seen that many.
I don't believe it.
The
It's called the
original
Mushroom
Super
Kingdom.
Mario Brothers has whole levels that are
You s-
nothing but mushrooms.
you jump on the mushroom.
Right.
Every level,
And there's still
almost every
not
level,
as many as I saw in that field.
almost
Toads are
What are you
made out of
talking about?
mushrooms.
Almost every
can I just say that?
stage before a
Toad
castle.
Is Toad Keenan Michael Peel?
Well,
Keenan-
no,
is that
he's not the
Keenan
combination
Kanan-
of two people.
Keenan Michael K. What's his name? Keenan
Michael Peel.
Keenan and Kel. What's his name?
Keegan Michael Key.
Keegan Michael Key. Is that Toad? Who's Toad? in this movie?
He's in
Was
the
Toad?
movie. Maybe it's Toad.
I think Toad nailed it.
Yes, your Toad cannot. You can't now. This. All right, hold on. Let me start again. I think Mario is gonna become more Mario-esque as the movie goes on because clearly, even the trailer makes a very good point of showing Mario just gets into the Mushroom Kingdom and it's like, whoa, look at this place because he's never seen it before because he's a regular guy that ends up going into the Mushroom Kingdom. So I think he's gonna woohoo it up a little bit as the movie goes on. But
Yeah, like Peter Pan. Like you gotta have fun.
yeah, so we'll see where Chris Pratt is
Except
at the
he's gonna be
end
like
of
this.
the movie versus when he's the
Whoa!
regular guy with just the
Hey!
Brooklyn accent.
Get out of here.
But his Stunad, his
Where can I get a slice?
forget about it. I just want to see what happens. Like in the trailer, his delivery is whatever. It's Chris Pratt. I'm like, yeah, I'm not angry about it. I don't love it. I don't like it, but I'm okay with it. It is what it is.
Oh,
but-
these mushrooms.
He, he barely talks. in the
tripping.
trailer.
Yeah, you
I
also-
really didn't get much of any
Yes.
kind of impression.
Exactly. You don't get a lot at all, which I'm sure
Um,
we'll hear more in
the-
the next trailer. Again, this was the teaser trailer.
Yeah, it you know, it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. It's I don't know, it's colorful, I guess.
It
It's-
looks. I
it's
think it
animated.
looks. I think it looks good. Yeah.
It doesn't take place in a Blade Runner style world.
Not yet. Yeah, they didn't take inspiration from the
Um,
last Mario movie.
The character model.
Backseat Studio says the French trailer had a more Mario-esque voice actor. Yeah, I watched that. Whoever's doing the French voice of Mario, that guy is like, I'm gonna pay respect to Martinet with this because he's very much doing a Martinet impression. So, the character model, yes, Nicky Hill, no butt.
What?
The internet
butt?
lost its mind
Oh,
when
I
the
didn't think about
when the
that.
poster came out, and they're like, "Where is Mario's ass?" The man has no ass in that poster. It's
Got a
true,
hungry
but
hiney.
No, that hungry is, if it's a hungry honey, then it's eating itself because there's no ass there. It's a flat butt.
Someone in Discord will post
Now,
it for
but
me.
see, when he goes into the movie or when he goes into the Mushroom Kingdom, starts jumping around, then he'll form it. The movie's about Mario growing his ass.
Did you
is
read
what I'm
the
trying to
script?
say.
Did the script leak and you know this?
No,
Or
he's
is
no,
it-
gonna-
no,
when he
no.
eats a mushroom, he's not going to get bigger. Just his butt will.
Oh, I get it.
No, but so the character models are like they're like a variation of what we're used to. They didn't use the exact models from the games and everything, but Mario looks like when you first posted a rumor or whatever with an image
Funny story about that.
that might be, it was like, oh, is this what Mario looks like in the movie? I actually kind of thought that was like a costume,
Ridiculous.
No ass.
a costume person from one of the
Yeah,
parks.
Maybe it's the pants. I don't know.
Okay.
It looks like it would be like a costume or whatever, like, taking what we have in the games and making that like real life in a costume or
Mhm.
something. I don't know, kind of look like that.
Well, it's all these animated movies especially from Illumination. They do the same thing. Whenever you have an actor who is playing a role,
Actor.
that character model takes on some of the characteristics of that actor. Like Bowser has a very Jack Black style face to him. It looks like
I saw
Bowser,
that,
but
yeah.
it looks like Jack Black. And Chris Pratt's Mario looks a little bit like Chris Pratt. They do this. I mean, they do this with all their movies. Princess Peach in the image that leaked looks like Anya Taylor-Joy.
I
A
wouldn't say
little
he
bit.
looks
A little bit.
anything like
Better.
Chris Pratt.
Yeah, in the eyes, there's something definitely.
Mhm.
So, okay, you're right. They did it with everybody else in the movie, but not the titular character. They didn't do it.
Well, Toad looks like Toad.
Well,
It sounds like Toad. They must have gotten Toad to play Toad because it looks and sounds.
I mean, if they did a Toad that sounded like the Toad we know, like that, you would want to blow your brains out. You can't do that a whole movie. And that's also, I love Charles Martinet. Would I be mad if he was Mario in this movie? Of course not. But like an hour and a half of Charles Martinet doing that Mario voice and like we're getting way more dialogue out of Mario than we normally would from a game. Can that work for an hour and a half? I don't know. I don't.
You never
I
hear
don't
actual
think so.
dialogue.
I
You just
don't
hear
think
like
so
the
either.
one-liners
Yeah,
of like
when
the
he's
sound
just
effects.
quips and interjecting little things, like he does in Mario games, fine.
Yeah, I think there's
When
a
you're
reason
doing-
they don't have him speak that much in the actual game.
Yeah, when they're doing like the hey, that's fine. But yeah, if he's like
Gotta
delivering
take a pizza
whole-
pie.
Yeah,
Um,
exactly. Like they need rest in peace, Captain Lou Albano. He could have done.
It's weird
Mario for
though
the
that
whole
like
movie.
if he's coming from the real world,
Hey,
and his-
paisanos, you're going to hell if you do drugs.
he's got these. He's got his white gloves that are like perfectly clean. So either he doesn't really work much,
By the end of the
or he's
movie,
got a ton of gloves.
covered in blood. But yeah, I like the trailer. Mom Brain, you have not said a word about the trailer, and you watched it.
Well, I
don't
haven't
have
said
to yell at
a
her.
word on the podcast about it. I enjoyed it. I it was better than I expected. It alleviated some of my concerns for it being just a flop in general.
Yeah, I was expecting something like, I don't know, like the Emoji Movie or some junk like that.
I'm a little surprised that they didn't like. I'm sure they did some things to his voice, but like didn't add a little bit more, like
Whose voice?
monster-ish sounds
Bowser.
to Bowser, to Jack Black. It's like straight up Jack Black. It's not like
It's Jack Black doing a monster rather than like
kind of doing
voice
like
filters
adding a
on him,
little
yeah.
bit of an effect to make him a little bit more like I don't know.
I know what you
term
mean.
to
A little
say, but,
deeper or
like,
something. Yeah.
little
Yeah, Jack Black
growlier.
seems fun. I think he'll be fun to watch as the
But he's
character.
gonna sing. How do you feel about that? Mr.
I don't like
songs.
No,
I'm not a big
I
musical
said this
fan.
before. In animated movies, I expect songs. So is it going to be my favorite part of the movie? Probably not, but I expect it. It's not like I'm like, oh, I never saw a musical number coming in an animated movie. Like
Are there going to be like
That's par for the
multiple
course.
like musical numbers?
probably a couple, I would guess. They haven't said that there's going to be any, but I'm guessing there's.
Oh.
Well,
Oh
Jack
my gosh.
Black said
Are we
there's going to be
finally
a
gonna hear about
musical
where the
side to
unicorns grow?
Bowser. So that's the song. That's the. Yeah, Jack Black said there's a musical side to Bowser, but yes, in leaks they have talked about how there are multiple musical segments. But
I'm
yeah,
too
whatever.
small.
That's
My
fine.
clothes don't fit.
Hey, speaking of music, they also made a point of saying Koji Kondo is working with the film to adapt classic Mario songs to the movie. So it's
Mm.
pretty good.
here's-
So
so,
maybe we'll get a
I don't know
unicorn
if you
throat, but-
talked about this last week. Was I here last week? I think so. Yes. Nintendo.
We talked about Nintendo last week.
Ni-
Yeah.
Nintendo.
We talked about Nintendo last week.
Ni-
yeah.
They
That's right, we did.
with this whole thing they've created like a different branch for Nintendo
I'm
movies. and,
sorry,
like,
but your
animated films.
little reaction to that, your little was really good.
Right.
Say this again.
I don't know if it was last week or 2 weeks ago where you had a post about Nintendo's like motion picture branch.
Nintendo Pictures. Yeah.
So that's like a whole new thing now. So like they're moving in that direction.
It
with
was a
their-
company they worked with in the past. Then they bought that company, and now it's Nintendo Pictures. Who they'll do, like whenever they're going to do animated stuff in games, they will use that company too. But they're going to do other stuff too. Yeah. So I
'Cause
don't.
the
I don't
second
know
I
that
saw that,
they're-
I was like, oh, like Pikmin thing.
Well,
or-
they did. They have the Pikmin shorts already, but yeah,
they do?
yeah, they put
Come on.
out a series of Pikmin shorts
Oh.
a while years ago.
Those are tiny shorts. Little Pikmin.
Very good. You're right. If only we had a rim shot.
Or more.
Peach ring shot.
Looking at you, Mom Brain.
Don't worry.
Oh,
about
I'm
it.
sorry. That's fine. Well, don't want to
Don't put
bother
it
you
on her.
while you're
It's
looking
fine.
at cat
She's
pictures.
working.
Okay. Don't bother me.
But anyway, I said I would read Patreon comments on the movie, and that is what I will do. Jonathan Higgins says,
No
I'm
one has
so
seen the movie yet."
torn. I thought the trailer was great. Mario's new voice was fine. But whenever I sit down to watch this movie, I'm going to be reminded of the fact that Chris Pratt, someone who gets to play a character that's as iconic as Mickey Mouse, is part of a church that prescribes to anti-LGBTQ beliefs. Regardless,
He's a Scottish lord, then I'm Mickey Mouse.
regardless of how good the movie or even his performance is, I'm so sad that the dude they picked to play one of my most cherished Nintendo characters isn't a good person, and almost single-handedly kills my desire to see the movie. To be honest, I mean, there's plenty of people talking about that aspect of
Wait,
it. They
who's
do.
not a good person? Chris Pratt.
I mean, that's
the
been a
dogs.
talk for years. For the dogs,
Yeah.
did you hear what? Man, this person said something very heartfelt and serious, and you're like, because of the dogs.
Well, he also abused the dog, right? That was like one of the first.
Yeah, that's what.
things
That's
that-
all you got to do for me.
All right,
Abuse
all
as
right.
many humans as you want, but
I
dogs.
just,
No,
I
thanks.
don't want to. He abused the dog because it was gay.
Jesus. It's
As
terrible.
far as dog abuse, he just like gave up
Even
a
my
dog,
dog
right?
is
And he was, and like they found it, and he was like, I don't want it.
I really don't know.
But anyway,
The
yes,
dog
Jonathan.
thing? I thought it was just that they had a dog and it was home and then it got out and
and they
were
never
like,
went to look for it, or he never went to look for it, and then they found it. I thought,
is
and
that
he
what-
was like, "I'm good. I got a
Mm.
raccoon." He, yeah, lots of people are upset about that because in the last couple of years, the internet has very much turned on Chris Pratt. I'm not saying that good or bad. I'm just saying as a fact. People have turned on Chris Pratt and they're like, we don't need Chris Pratt and things anymore. So this is not a new
Well, that's a shame
new
for them
sentiment.
because he's
So
in
I hear you,
everything now.
Jonathan. I hear you on that. Peter says, I thought it looked great. I don't mind Pratt as Mario or Mario's new look. I'm happy about the art style and overall tone of the movie. I love Jack Black, and it will be interesting to hear if he brings his kind of humor to the Bowser character or if he's just going to be evil. Super Duper Pooper Scooper says Jack Black is a perfect choice for Bowser. He's going to be the star of the show. I can't wait to find out how they tie in Jack Black's musical talent. Will he sing, play Bowser 64's theme on a guitar, or go Broadway on Mario? I also love how they're using Luigi. It honestly feels super faithful.
Is it a
I'll take the
chance?
faithful.
Thank you. I lost my place. I've waited so long. Super faithful
up
while being
already.
gorgeously entertaining. Very excited. Sinfield says, loved it. Watched it loads of times already with the children. Hopefully this is
Jerry
the start.
Sinfield?
At the one and only. The start of many more films just like these to come. Going to be epic. All the chatter about Chris Pratt's accent is laughable given the context of the movie hasn't been set, and we've seen less than 20 seconds of Mario footage. Give it a chance. Typical internet. That's what they say. Yes.
I mean, the one thing about his voice is that I don't know,
Hello, Mario.
Mario's like he's a stocky little guy, so you kind of feel like he should have a little bit more Lou Albano in there.
I said we got to wait to see the movie,
It's
and I
Hollywood,
think he's going to
man.
go
You know?
go through a
like-
transition
Yeah,
with
well,
his voice.
It's a movie, so they probably like wanted to, you know, make him
got-
seem younger.
We got the voice right here. That's perfect, Mario.
these mushrooms.
Yeah, there you go.
my nose. His mustache is tickling my nose. Oh.
Is he doing like
He
a Luke
arrives
Wilson,
in the
or-
Mushroom Kingdom and talks about something he's had for years.
He just. I
Look
mean,
at this place. This mustache
when
is
he-
tickling my nose.
When you take a bite of that mushroom, like you become aware of so many.
He
other
didn't
things.
eat any
I have a
mushrooms.
good
He says,
feeling.
"Oh,
about
this is big
movie
yum
now."
yums."
I thought it wasn't going to be good, but now
Yeah.
I know it's going to be good.
Jake Trick says, just crossing my fingers for a reference to the 1993 live action movie. Oh, it seems like they would do
Very
some sort of nod, maybe
Yeah,
something
what-
in the background.
Yoshi's going to be in it, but he's going to be a real dinosaur.
There you go.
No, and like real dinosaur. It's not going to be. It's going to be blue, probably from Jurassic World.
Maybe someone.
Well,
will
there
say,
are blue Yoshis.
Someone will say like trust the fungus or something.
Yep. David Aguilar says Bowser scene was great. Everyone looks perfect except for Mario. His face looks off somehow, which is weird since it's animated and he looks like the same in all the games. I'm sure a high-pitched Mario voice would get annoying for an entire movie anyway. Granimus says, so this movie really has the exact same name as the old live-action movie? I also thought that. Jack Black as Bowser was excellent, but we really didn't hear enough of anyone else to judge. Looking forward to it. Slider64 says, outside the Mario voice, it looks great. I'm surprised. Looking forward to fan dubs. Yes, there's already fan dubs of the trailer online with people doing AI generated Mario voices or their own impression of Mario. They also say hashtag release the Martinet cut. Daniel says, I'm optimistic about it. I just hope there's no pop music anywhere, as studios are wont to do.
I think that's what I was kind of expecting. Like I was expecting like pop
says
songs
won't.
and like references and
WONT.
stupid jokes.
That's what it says. WONT.
So there's only one star in this world. Is that what we're expecting?
I'm sure Mario is going to find another. I'm sure there will be a pop scene. They can't. It's a movie from
you can't make an
Illumination. There
animated
has to
movie
be
nowadays
some sort of
without-
pop
yeah.
moment in it. Yeah. It's not a Disney movie. They don't do that stuff, but there's going to be something.
Never mind.
I got mushrooms in my pocket. I got stuff.
Okay.
Something like that. That's what, they're not going to change the lyrics, obviously.
How
but-
about I did want to mention Luigi. Like
I know what song
he
it's going
doesn't
to
say
be.
anything, but you kind of hear his like he does.
And that noise is going to be the mushroom noise. Call it. Weep, 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 weep. That's going to be it. That's for the TikTok people out there.
I sent RMC a great version of Baby Lock Them Doors and Turn the Lights Down Low.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
this week. It was great.
Daniel continues to say, I like Bowser and Luigi, at least the way Luigi's personality was portrayed. Can't pass judgment on Mario. Not to wait until streaming. ST Sick Hero says, I thought it looked really good. I don't have a problem with Pratt's Mario voice, though we haven't heard much of him. I'm just not that sad. It is not Martinet, who I love, but others have depicted Mario before. There's been other Marios, that's true. Can't wait to see more. Rosemary the Farmer says, I already dislike Crisp Rat. So I'm biased,
like it.
but I'm sure his voice will be fine. Listening to a really aggressive "it's a me" accent for 2 hours would probably be grating anyways. I'm sorry, let me do it correctly. Listening to a really aggressive "it's a me" accent for
better.
2 hours would probably be grating anyways. My theory is that they're going to be pulling a Jumanji and regular dude Crisp Rat will be sucked into the game, and that's why he doesn't sound much like Mario. I'm going to be mad if this is a video game. Like if they're like,
Yeah.
it's another world, a video game world. Don't do that. I already don't like that it's probably going to be, here's the real world, and now you're in the Mushroom Kingdom.
Would you be
Don't need that
What
stuff.
if he's in New Donk City though? To start off,
All right. I'm okay.
but that wouldn't exist though. Would it would exist? Because it's like Donkey Kong. He already needs.
Well, we know Donkey Kong's in it.
Do we?
Yeah, Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He's one of my favorite characters from the Mario games. Well, Super Mario games.
Who's
He
ca-
actually
who's
is in the
Candy
Mario
Kong?
games.
Yes. Huh?
Who's playing Candy Kong?
No Candy Kong that we know of yet. Maybe
Mm.
she'll be in the background. But yes, it is interesting that Donkey Kong is going to be in the movie.
It's got to be the makes me want a hot dog real bad lady that plays Candy Kong.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Yes.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Got a hot dog.
I think
buddy?
she's a little too old for the role of Candy Kong.
I mean, it's just a
Yeah, I don't
voice.
know if it's gonna be like cross dimensions or something, or
I don't
Yeah, would you
need.
be okay? if
or
it
almost
was just
like a-
an alternate dimension.
That's fine.
Okay.
But I don't
Like an
need
Alice in
a Mario
Wonderland
movie to
sort of thing.
explain that Mario, regular guy Mario from our world is sucked into the crazy mushroom kingdom, just like the first movie
That
did.
is not
Just make the
correct.
damn Mario movie. I don't need it to be in the real
They
world.
did. They did make it.
Although
but
they
even
did it
in the
like that, and I got
games-
that great tagline from the movie. This ain't no game.
Even in the games, Mario's not from the Mushroom Kingdom. We don't even know where he's from, really, right? We never
In
see
the
him come
games,
from
we
somewhere.
never see him anywhere other than the Mushroom
But
Kingdom.
he's not from there.
But is he?
How, in the games, he is. How do we know?
Unbelievable.
But isn't he the
Why
same
would
character
you-
from the Donkey Kong games, which we're assuming are set in New York?
No, that guy was a carpenter, and he was
Why would
Jumpman.
you ever think that Mario's not from the Mushroom Kingdom? Why would you ever think that?
There's no game that has made us think anything other than that.
Where does he live in the Mushroom Kingdom? There's only a castle.
Have you ever played any of the Paper Mario games or the Mario and Luigi RPGs? Because they start off with the man's house. He lives with his brother.
George, I think you need to come here and cool everybody down a little.
I'm talking one
He
of
lives
those
with
over
his-
here.
in here. Let's
He lives with his brother, and they're both unmarried.
Wash on my back. I can't get my back, Luigi.
My brother Gorg has been gone for a long time.
Scrub on my mushroom. Yeah, a lot of those games start off with their houses in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's true.
Look, you got
And one of
caught
those
being
games,
a devil's advocate. Just
No,
take it
I'm
and
just-
we'll move on. You don't have to. be
I'm
upset
wondering
about
where
it.
he's
You
actually
are
from.
looking at
So why not?
the canon of the not canon of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, which does start with Mario
that.
and Luigi plumbing that bathtub and getting see, at least this one makes sense because it doesn't make sense. They're plunging a bathtub, they get sucked down into the pipes of the bathtub and wind up in the Mushroom Kingdom.
So,
Fine,
so
so stupid.
so
You
that's
ever
not
go, you ever
canon,
go
you're
down to the
saying?
sewers?
They're what?
Tons
you're
of
saying that's
mushrooms
not
down there.
canon?
Don't believe that's canon. No. And
House even has a name on.
and yeah, wait, doesn't your they the live
at
action
that
Mario
shack.
TV show is very confusing because Mario and Luigi are
He stopped at the Mushroom Kingdom
In
Home
Brooklyn,
Depot and bought
so.
that build your own tiny home. It's not where he started. It's not where he came from, but he's like, well, I can't get back to where I really came from. Don't want to talk. I don't really want to talk
I don't
about
want
it.
to talk about it. It's a
Rose
secret to everybody.
Rosemary the farmer continues to say it looked beautiful, and I'm excited for Jack Black as Bowser and Charlie Day as Luigi. Freddie Fro says, what are the odds that Mario eats a fire flower and temporarily sounds like original Mario? That's something they would do in the movie. There
What was
you
it?
go. Says eats a fire flower and then sounds like classic Mario, and then he like coughs and he's back to Chris Pratt.
Why would it make his voice higher? Because it's hot.
Spicy hot throat.
because
Yeah.
of fans.
What else would he
Careful
eat to make his
questioning
voice
anything,
sound weird?
Kirby, they'll get on you about it.
No, I mean, like you could see how something really, like literally eating fire would change your voice for a bit. Or would this be better? Does he get kicked in the nuts and then he sounds like he's got a higher voice?
In the mushrooms.
My nuts! My nutsack!
Kicked in the mushroom.
Oh, God. It turns into like an. Adam
Oh,
Sandler movie.
ouch! My balls!
So long, my testes.
So long, King Ballsack.
So long, King Ballsack. That's good.
They would
That's
never
good.
do that, but that would immediately make it the best movie of the summer. It would be the best.
That's good. Oh man, helium. Yeah, maybe he sucks on a balloon at a party and he sounds like
Oh,
Mario.
sure.
There you go. There's a good one. Because Peach loves baking cakes and having parties for Mario and then getting kidnapped. So, dear Mario, I made a cake for you. Why is the princess making her own cakes? By the way, why isn't the Toad army making kings
It's
for
just
him?
a hobby.
Or a
She
cake.
likes to cook.
She's not doing anything else.
Maybe it's
She
a hobby. That's
She
true.
likes doing
That's
that.
true.
Plus
Maybe
it's
she likes
special.
baking.
It's a
Yeah, maybe she
it's a
finds it very
special
therapeutic.
cake for Mario.
She's a woman. That's where she belongs.
Yeah, is that what they're saying? Here's the thing. I want to hear what Anya Taylor-Joy sounds like as Princess Peach. Is she going to do a ooh, 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 or is she going to do a regular herself?
I don't
Is she
know.
going to sound British?
Yeah, royalty. So maybe
No.
makes it sound more royal.
You said like herself, so I'm.
I'll be doing myself regularly.
Oh, Anastasia Beaverhausen says if Peach loves cake, she's going to be disappointed in that ass. That's true. That flat Mario ass. because she enjoys baking. I see. Tentavision. All right,
Once
I
he's
trust
jumping
it.
around on
Bash.
those mushrooms, like once he's jumping around, he's gonna build up some glutes.
That's what I said. Yeah, he does a butt stomp. The man hasn't done a butt stomp yet. He's gonna get a.
The
He's
whole
got
movie is about Mario building his glutes.
Is
The
it-
Maybe
whole
there'll
movie,
be a
the whole
whole-
movie is just him at the gym.
Maybe there'll be a whole joke about him getting like a Brazilian butt lift, or they'll put
He's-
like he'll get like those things you sew into your pants to make it look like
No,
you got.
so-
What if they pull a whole Sonic situation? They redo the whole movie because of his butt.
That's it. Movie's delayed another year to give
Uh-huh.
Mario an ass. Yeah.
Push back the dick.
So yeah, he ends up in the Mushroom Kingdom. He tries to do a butt stomp, hurts himself, and he's like, you know what? I got to go to the gym. He goes to the gym. Who's there working out? Bowser, and he helps him build those glutes. That's what the whole movie's about. It's a friendship thing.
Bowser didn't. I mean, Mario and Bowser have gotten along in the past, but in the trailer, it doesn't look like he's going to be friends with them. That'd have to be the sequel movie.
Did
They
interact-
fight here,
did
they become
interact in the
friends.
trailer?
No, but it doesn't look like Bowser's going to be a nice guy.
He's probably going to be really nice once he gets that. Just got that star. He got everything he wished for. Every wanted.
He literally asked, "Who's going to stop me?" He's a tyrant already.
No, who's going to stop me? Everybody loves me. Everybody
a
wants to
good
be
question.
my friend.
I
No
think he
one's gonna-
said. I think it was more like the mask. Didn't he say somebody stop me?
That's
Isn't that what he
that's what
said?
it is. Yes,
And he
and
said smoking.
he could say that he breathes fire. That's we could see that happen. Pop water. I never saw that in a game. Yeah, Wario's ass is huge, says Alternates Liz. That's true. When we get maybe Wario be in a movie in a cameo,
God!
and we'll see some cake, some real cake. Well, there you go, guys.
Why did they start calling it cake?
It seems like the trailer went over very well. It seems like the majority of the internet was very happy with it. And you know, there are people who are like, Chris Pratt is horrible. I can't believe it. He's ruining the role. Whatever. I think that's overreacting. We need to hear more.
Chris
I don't think he's going to
Pratt.
be so bad that he's going to ruin a movie. I do think he could be flat and be like, well, it's Chris Pratt being Chris Pratt, but what
He
else
did
do
a
you
good-
expect? That's what he does in every movie.
What
so.
if like I'm trying to think of a situation that would get you to not watch? Like, what if Mark Wahlberg were doing the Mario? I know we probably talked about this. What if Woody Allen directed this or something?
You're just trying to think of ways that I wouldn't see it. Yes, both
wondering
of
what-
those would be
yeah, okay.
reasons for me
So
to not
Chris
see
Pratt's not as bad as those guys.
it. No,
I don't know anything. about
in
Chris Pratt
my
except the dog
opinion,
thing.
he is not a great guy, but he has never blinded a man and was racist towards a whole bunch of people. And also, I'm not even getting into Woody Allen.
Woody
but
Allen
yes.
wasn't racist. In fact, you could say
Oh, that's enough of that. Chris
So
Pratt.
you're saying that you don't agree with Chris Pratt's religious beliefs. But
Well,
that
Yes,
doesn't
you
mean-
know, Chris Pratt has never come out and said like I think gay people are an abomination, but he certainly seems to subscribe to
he's
some
signing
beliefs
off on it.
or a church that
he's been trying to
people
walk
would
back
say
that church stuff. by
yeah,
the way.
people would say has those beliefs, and Chris Pratt has addressed it and said that's not how I feel, but you're a part of the church. Listen, there's
Yeah,
wiggle
yeah.
room and nuance and all that. Am I a big fan of Chris Pratt? No.
As
Do
a
I
human.
like his ties to this church because of their I don't know a ton of details about the church, but because of their supposed ties to trying to suppress LGBTQ plus? No, don't like that. But I don't know the full details.
But do I love Guardians of the Galaxy? Yes,
I do love Guardians of the Galaxy, but yes, I would say in my personal list of horrible people, I will put
He's not a
Mark
disdain man.
Wahlberg and Woody Allen above Chris Pratt. But Chris Pratt, listen, if you say Chris Pratt to me, I'm like, if you see Mark if you say Mark Wahlberg to me, I get very frustrated.
Where's Drew Carey fall above?
He's worse than all of them.
You
No,
you
no,
used to
Where's
you used to
Machine
be
Gun
like
Kelly?
that with Robert Downey Jr. too, but I don't know. He's not the same.
Opinions change, people evolve. Like look, I was with what's his face? You know,
Don't know.
the guy from Game of Thrones. I never remember his name.
George R. R. Martin.
No, come on.
Which one? There's
The guy.
There's a few characters on that show.
The guy that I had on my disdain men list and I took him off.
Oh, Tyrion Dinklage.
Yeah, Peter Dinklage. He
Oh, yeah.
was on my disdain men list. I moved him up
I don't even
to
remember which.
Papa
should we-
John.
What's my other list?
Papa John.
Abstain. then?
Abstain. I was going to say refrain, which is also the same
Might be
thing.
refrain.
No, I
actually.
think abstain is right, but huh?
Papa John?
I'm cool with Papa
He was
John.
proven innocent.
Yeah.
No,
Was
I'm
he?
saying he
The receipts came out. He, as far as I am concerned, and again, I love
We
that
don't
this is
know.
what
I
this
mean,
show has turned into.
so-
As far as
We
I'm
haven't gotten
concerned,
any
I
news.
heard all that stuff about Papa John. I was horrified and offended and very angry. Then I read more about the story. Then I heard the audio tapes of what actually happened at this thing. And I was like, oh, this is extremely different from what was presented, at least in mainstream media. If I didn't hear the tapes myself, I would have felt very differently about it. But
I mean, I've heard he's also anti-union, but
oh, that's not a surprise. As
I
a
live
big
in-
business guy, but
yeah. Maybe he's not as bad. As
yes,
Come to think of it, there's no Papa John's.
as far as I know, that listen, I know when people say Papa John's, they're like, he said all that racist stuff. Yes, that is true, and that's what I thought too. And then I did
kinda
more
forgot about that,
research,
actually.
and
I forgot about
it was
Papa
not
John's.
presented. At least the story that made it to the public. You know, this is what I'll liken it to. I'll liken it to the lady that got burns from McDonald's coffee. When that happened, everybody's like, "This lady's so dumb." And then all these years later,
Yeah.
you find out the real story, and you're like, "Oh my god, this poor
I
woman."
didn't realize that until I saw like a documentary
Yeah.
about her. And, like
She
how-
got a public McDonald's team was like, we're driving her into the ground. It's her fault. She's an idiot.
she was
She's-
like an elderly woman, and she
Yeah.
got like third-degree burns.
yeah, like
coffee.
health issues for the rest of her life.
Yeah.
Coffee that was far beyond what should have been the temperature. Yeah, that poor lady got smeared. Papa John, weird guy, but that's a bit of a bad situation that he was in. Look into the whole story if you're interested in that. But yeah, so this is great.
I don't remember what we were
Anyway,
talking about.
Yeah.
Something
Chris
about
Pratt.
something
Chris
about a
Pratt.
movie
Oh,
that's
yeah.
getting made in
That's
a
right.
trailer.
I'm the one who got us
Yeah,
off on this
yeah.
tangent because I was asking you.
I'm
It's-
looking at his Wikipedia page,
Yes,
Papa John.
and no, Chris.
I
Pratt.
thought that's who she meant.
And I mean, it's Wikipedia, so
He has no pizza experience.
it kind of doesn't look like there's a whole lot of deep like roots in this whole controversy.
Listen, if he is adamantly against or supports some group that is adamantly against LGBTQ, I'm with you. I think when a lot of this stuff happens, there's a headline and people are like, this guy sucks. And then when you read into it more, you're like, oh, I'm not saying the situation's great. I'm not saying I'm the expert on it. I obviously need to do more research, but that's what I'm saying. We all need to do more research about all this stuff. If you hear something and you're like, this is horrendous, do the research to make sure you're getting the real story.
Or at least, read the whole article. after you
Do
see the
that.
headline.
Don't just read a
Apparently,
headline.
there's a
That's true.
2022 interview in Men's Health. So 2022 Men's Health interview, and he basically is like, religion's oppressive. I didn't know I'd become the face of a religion when I'm not a religious person. Blah 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 blah. And then apparently he was supported by
Hi, Super Sanchez.
Then he
I
became
think
the
James
Pope.
Gunn. Like
Yes.
James Gunn was like, guys, like he's not a butthead.
You
So,
know,
I mean,
and that could go two ways
yeah.
too. You could look at that and be like, look, listen, James Gunn is a friend. They
has
worked
a
together for
vested
a long
interest
time.
in him
Yes, they
continuing
have.
on. So
Yeah. There's millions sides to every story. I'm not telling you you are wrong if you feel hard about this guy. I'm not telling you you're wrong if you think he's a horrible person. I'm just saying I don't have enough information. The information I have tells me that there's a lot more information I need to know. But I can very clearly say, and Mom Brain can also say the same thing for herself. If he is supportive of a group that is against LGBTQ in any way,
LGBTQ people.
people in any way,
That's a
shape, or
word.
form,
It's not an organization.
we are obviously we stand with those people, not Chris Pratt. So
Those people. Listen to this
oh
guy.
boy. All right, well, you know what?
And even if he's not,
Never
supporting
was
this
there a
church, the
more-
dog thing still happened.
That's right. Never was there a more perfect time to go to advertisements. So, Josh, can you take us to our? We need something to get out of this anyway.
Yeah,
so.
right.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsors.
Come on in, take a seat. What are you having? Well, of course I've heard of Hair of the Dogcast. That's the podcast that talks about video games and beer. For all of the latest gaming headlines, craft beer reviews, retro games, modern games, series retrospectives, console studies, and on occasion, extremely hungover discussions on the lore of Kingdom Hearts, make sure to check out Hair of the Dogcast, part of the HyperX Podcast Network.
I forgot I was supposed to be doing something.
Hello, my name's Jonathan Dunn, host of the O3C podcast. Every week I'm joined by my two best gaming buddies, Chris and Minty, and we talk about the games we're playing, the games we love, and how they rank alongside our sacrosanct top 100 favourite video games of all time lists. Deep dives into gaming mechanics, history and lore abound, all topped off with lashings of irreverent dry British wit, witterings and wisdom. Details on the show and more, head to o3c.games and tune in every Monday on the HyperX Podcast Network.
All right, now we got a little bit of something special for you. Well, you know, not really special, but a live read. Ad read. Let me just find it. Hey, Mom Brain.
Yeah.
I got a special deal for you and all of our listeners.
Ooh.
Have you had your eye on any of the pink variants of
Right.
HyperX gear?
No.
Oh, well, you should, because you can save 15% during the month of October by using the code HXPN, all capital letters there, HXPN, over at HyperX.com. Get yourself an elegant white and pink Cloud 2, or a metallic pink Alloy Origin 60, or any of the other pink peripherals on the site. Once again, head over to HyperX.com and get 15% off pink gaming products with code HXPN, all capital letters, damn it. Yell that code at the site. Buy your pink gear and pwn some noobs. I don't know what gamers say nowadays.
Get it while it's pink, people.
GG,
It's not
everybody.
gonna last long.
That's right. All right.
I want a pink keyboard. I don't see any.
The Alloy 60.
Wait,
I don't know what the Alloy 60 is. Well, sure. I mean, let's do this. HyperX.com. This is not a planned segment, everybody.
I'm gonna shop. Oh, am I looking at collabs?
What?
I don't know.
No, just go there and look for pink stuff.
Shop by category. Eyewear. Gamer eyewear? Oh, man, gaming eyewear.
Guywear. All right. Well, you search
Oh,
right
why don't
now.
I look at sale? Because maybe they're on sale.
Oh, yeah. I said I was going to mention this, and I didn't.
Mention it now.
This was during the Mario talk about the trailer. You said you? I don't remember what the topic was. Oh, it was you, because you said you said to me that I showed a picture of potentially what Mario could look like in the movie.
This is the first time
I did.
for me.
And guess what happened the next day?
You got
I
contacted by
got in
somebody?
trouble. Yeah. I
By
got a email from, let's say,
Miyamoto,
corporate.
not Yuamoto.
No.
Let's say not Yuamoto.
I got an email from NBC Universal threatening legal action if
'Cause
I
what
did not
happened?
remove the picture. So here's what happened this week. Before
Wow.
the debut trailer came out, McDonald's Australia has, their like business promotional
Macca's.
material. That's right. I should have said Macca's. Their business promotional materials that show employees what's coming up for the next few months, as in like,
What's
Here-
coming out, Macca's?
here's the Happy Meal toys and here's the promotional things we're going to be setting up. And they had something in there about the Mario movie, and it looks like they're going to do toys and Happy Meals when the movie comes out for the Mario movie. Makes sense.
So it was a leaked footage, like not even.
It wasn't
McDonald's.
leaked footage; it was pictures, but it was a picture of Mario. And the text didn't say anything about the movie, but the render was of Mario in a way that we'd never seen him before, and everybody was like, "Is this the first look at Mario in the Mario movie?" So we posted that. And
that's
then
where
2
I
days
thought it looked
later,
like a
after the
costume
trailer
character
came
from the
out, and after the leak had already been like covered by the internet all over the place, NBC Universal was like, "Take that down." They were like, "Take it down from the post, take it down from that whole page, take it down from your website, make sure the link doesn't work, take it
Do they
down
say-
everywhere."
Do they have like a voice note that says it just like that, or is it written?
That's how I read it. That's
Except
true.
it sounds- except
Because
it's
maybe
got a
I
voice-
read
it like that.
maybe-
It's like really badass. It's like
Maybe
They
I
called
read it
you?
in a threatening manner, and it wasn't.
It's got a
threatening.
voice changer on
they
it.
got like Lance Reddick to
We'll
read it to you.
protect it
Did you
down.
reach out to the person that we know that is affiliated with them?
I messaged them right away, and I was like, "Guess who just yelled at me?"
and they said,
Um,
"Guess who just got a letter of
Make you confused.
forced resignation.
Yeah, right.
Who just got a severance package?
Oh, whatever. We're going into it. I'll just read you the email. Here you go. Dear Sir, Madam, please be advised that NBC I'm sorry, I'm reading it evilly. I should be reading it. Please be advised that NBC Universal
read it in your Mario voice.
are the owners of intellectual property rights in numerous television shows and motion pictures. NBC Universal diligently enforces such intellectual property rights. NBC Universal demands that Go Nintendo immediately replace, remove, or otherwise disable access to the listing identified in this letter and cease and desist from any further infringement on NBC Universal properties. So there goes my planned 10-part series on the new Quantum Leap show, I guess.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, remember on
Anyway, then they linked to it and
sorry.
they showed all the places and told me I had to remove it and told me to let them know when I removed it. And
And did you say, I'll do that when you
That's
get
none
me
of your
tickets to the
business.
park?
and they said they can pursue this to the fullest extent of the law. So, you know, it's a letter that's like, we're trying to scare you, but I'm
Well,
going to take it down.
hate to tell you, but now you're going to get another cease and desist about having read that on the
So-
podcast.
So I took it down. It's gone. Is it gone from the internet? Of course not, because
It's the
everybody
internet.
showed this picture. But
Also, the trailer's out, so we know what he
I
looks
just think
like.
it's funny that it's like we're blocking a picture from a McDonald's in Australia. Like, why does a McDonald's in Australia get this stuff before true Nintendo fans
Well-
can see a photo
well, it's
of it?
marketing material, so they, you know, McDonald's put I would guess they do it monthly like updates on here's what's coming, here's what we're doing, here's the things in the store you're gonna have to put together, here's the toys we're gonna be putting out, all that
McDonald's
stuff.
really has its finger on the pulse, man.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's not surprising that they're doing something for this movie. They work with Nintendo and Pokemon Company all the time. They had Pokemon toys. I think they just a week ago or 2 weeks ago had a whole round of Pokemon toys that they were offering in Happy Meals. So they're tying up all the time. Plus, they do stuff with movies all the time too. So McDonald's is like the only one that really does it anymore. That used to be like a big thing when we were kids. Like Burger King and McDonald's would have not just the Happy Meal or the kids meal toys. They'd have, like, you know, buy your Batman glass or
Oh,
your
yeah, the
all
glasses.
that
Can
stuff.
we
With
talk
now
about
with lead.
with the lead.
Get your
Halloween
Flintstone
buckets?
cups.
Can we talk about the Halloween buckets?
How they're not coming back.
It's so upsetting.
They
to me.
do have adult Happy Meals now with weird toys in them, but they do. People were like, that's why people are upset, because people our age were like, hey, you guys used to do those awesome Halloween buckets.
Yep.
Can we have those again? And McDonald's was like, adult Happy Meals, you got it. Here's a Happy Meal box that's cool with some weird toy of like the old characters we don't use anymore, except they have 4 eyes for some reason.
Yeah, it's
or like,
weird.
so they got like Grimace and he's got 4 eyes.
It's
What?
bizarre.
Look it up. I don't know why they're
A
doing it,
knockoff
but
thing?
Also, the
No,
Halloween
it's
buckets
real
were great. You know what else was
They're
great?
using, like,
The
bootlegs.
Muppet, the Halloween or the Christmas Muppets were great. I mean, there were some really good McDonald's. Happy
listen, those
Meal.
things are expensive, so
Yeah,
I
my
can't do
mom,
them
I
anymore.
think, still has the like toy chicken nuggets that had like their own Halloween.
Oh,
costumes.
they were great.
Man,
Nice.
collector's
They
item.
They were great.
All right. Let's get into news besides the Mario movie. Suda51 says that No More Heroes could return. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's freaky.
Suda51
That's
says
one of
No
the
More
adult
Heroes.
toys.
The Grimace with the multiple eyes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
now I know why it's adult.
It's like
it's
something
terrifying.
that an adult's child would bring them home from arts and crafts day. Like, what does an adult
It's
want
Grimace,
to do with
Daddy.
this?
And you're like, oh, it's great. You
That's
throw
not
it
my
away.
Grimace.
Yeah, not my Grimace.
So
I Grimace. No, that was
Oh!
stupid. That was stupid.
So,
Thanks though for the L.
Suda51 says if there's a big fan outcry, there could be another No More Heroes. He says specifically, yes, that's right. Here, No More Heroes 3 is Travis's last battle. Nobody could say what's going to happen 10 years from now. And I can't say either. If there's a big fan outcry, Travis might be back, just like Tom Cruise came back as Maverick.
Strawberry.
Strawberry on the shortcake. So No More Heroes is the end of Travis's story, but that doesn't mean that we could not get another No More Heroes down the line, and maybe it'll feature Travis in some way
Gene.
with Gene. That's what we need, just more Gene. So
She
it's
could be
not
in the
dead.
next Stray.
It's not dead. We thought it might be dead, but it's not dead, or potentially not dead. Currybo
It was a good
says
game.
that's the default response to these kind of questions, and in a way, it's fair. There needs to be a demand for a game realistically.
No More Heroes
Yeah.
3 is the end of that series.
It's supposed to be the end of Travis's story. Yeah.
Yeah. I got to play that.
Yeah, play it. It's great.
Oh, you
I
still
think
haven't
should
played
play
it. Yeah.
You'd like it.
I like to buy
And you
things
should play
and
it.
not actually enjoy them.
Oh, okay. Well, I hope you play it and enjoy it then. Yeah, it's
play it.
it's really good. It's very good.
enjoy it.
Great inventive boss fights. They went 60 frames per second in the
Where
boss
you
battles.
fight like Tesla, Nikola Tesla, and like Thomas.
Because I said
Edison?
inventive.
Oh,
Oh,
jeez.
that's great. That's really
Glad
Got
you picked
it.
up on that.
nice.
Got it. All the
Nice.
famous inventors.
Dr.
Yep.
Light.
Dr. Fad.
He is an inventor.
Dr.
yeah.
Fad. He invented the wacky wall
Mike-
walkers. Greater than any of the inventions from the other
Lindell.
guys. Huh?
Mike Lindell.
Mike Lindell. Yep.
He's the first boss.
He invented a pillow. Yes.
It's not that.
Um, Well,
It's a pillow
I think we
fight,
could
too.
argue that Mike Lindell invents a lot of things. Moving on, we found out about another Legend of Zelda game spin-off that was in the works but got canceled. This one was from Retro Studios, and it was called Heroes of
What
Hyrule.
were the other one? The other ones were retro too. What were the other ones?
Yeah, this
Did
is
you
the
see
third
what
from Retro.
Retsuza- the picture Retsuza put
I did not.
in the Discord.
Oh, there you
It's
go.
the
That's
Grimace.
Grimace.
Oh
There's
my
Grimace. Yeah,
God.
Grimace in anime form.
You see that in my nightmares.
Heroes of Hyrule was the name of the game, coming from Retro. It's in development for the Nintendo DS. Again, a spin-off. It was going to play like Final Fantasy Tactics, apparently. So very different from your traditional Zelda game. It doesn't seem like it got too far. There was a whole bunch of design documents. I don't believe there was any actual development, but Nintendo was like, nah, we don't want it. So it never came to be. Yet another spin-off for the Zelda series that Nintendo squashed. There have not been many spin-offs for Zelda. There's been Hyrule Warriors.
Hmm.
And
There's been
Link's
Cadence of
crossbow
Hyrule,
training.
Link's Crossbow Training,
Four Swords Adventures. Does that
Four
count?
Swords. Sure, that's a spin-off.
yeah.
Triforce Heroes.
Oh,
There
yeah.
haven't been many spin-offs. Here's 10 that I can list
Well,
off
I
the
mean,
top of my
you know,
head.
there's been like 20 plus Zelda games. I'm trying to
the
think.
Wanda
of-
game alone.
Oh, I don't know if we're counting.
I'm sorry.
those as
Oh, okay.
Did
spin-offs.
you say Link's crossbow training?
Yes,
So you're saying they're canon?
definitely. Yes,
They're
they
not
are
spin-offs.
Wand of Gamelon and whatever.
Faces of Evil.
Faces of Evil are
And,
the
Zelda-
crux of the whole
the
Legend
one
of
with
Zelda
Zelda,
series.
Hmm.
Never played those. Still haven't played those. Got to get myself a CDI.
I don't think it's worth it.
Kurbo says, "Oh yeah, by the way, this video came from Did You Know Gaming, which does an excellent job on every video they put out." Kurbo says, "Love Did You Know Gaming videos. No one digs deeper into what could have been than them. They go exhaustive with their features. Props to them. They always did like the." Obviously, they became well known for the Did You Know series of videos, which is told you little details about games that you might not know. Like, did you know that in The Legend of Zelda, I'm trying to think of something funny and made up, but
The Legend of Zelda.
did you know
It's
that in The
dangerous to
Legend
go
of Zelda, Miyamoto knows Link, but I screwed it up.
But
Does
he
not
is
know
not
him.
He is
Miyamoto-
not him. Yeah, yeah, right. But anyway, yeah, they've moved more now into long form, like breakdowns of one specific game or one specific franchise, and it's different from their previous videos. You certainly learn details you never heard before, but they do an excellent job. Really, spend some time on their YouTube channel. They do really cool stuff. It really scratches.
Fill the void that pop fiction.
Yeah, I was
left
going to say it
behind.
scratches the itch of pop fiction, at least in some way. They're not researching, is this rumor true?
Not the narrator,
But-
though. You need
Yeah,
that
and I think
voice.
that guy
You need
just
that
left
voice.
gaming altogether. I think he's going to do
No.
something else.
He needs to do audiobooks that I can play while I go to sleep.
You know, man, do you know?
Did you know?
Did you know? I often am tempted to I want to do those videos.
Did you know
I
you can
really,
play
I know I
Tetris
could
for
do
free
them.
on
You should do them.
Tetris.com?
but
TikToks were great.
that's the thing. I can't. Thank you, Josh. By the way, that was great. I can't. I don't have the time
Can
to
Yeah,
put the
man,
research in for those videos demand. I don't have the time.
If
for
you
that.
would have fun, do you think you'd enjoy doing that, though?
I
Like-
would love that.
Like,
stuff.
then
Because think about
hire
that. Because they're like,
what do you need? 70, 80 more people to cover your shifts?
Yeah,
and then,
right.
And then you can do it?
because think about like the pop fiction videos where they were like, is this thing of Final Fantasy VII true? Well, we have to beat the game 3 times to get the save files that we need, and
All
then
right,
we
yeah,
have
we
to,
don't have time
Yeah,
for this.
exactly. Like, and then they're like, just to make sure we played it on original hardware and on the re-release and through the PC version. Like
And
they go,
anything-
it's exhausting.
And any news that like you want to bring up that's new, like the internet has it all already. It's not new, so I don't know. You know, a lot of it's just regurgitation.
Well,
unless
that's
you're
the thing.
Doing the
Pop
investigative
Fiction
work
was
to really
doing
get into
new
it.
stuff, yeah, because
Yeah.
it was the investigative work. Everybody knew the rumors or the stories, but they set
was-
out to find out if they were legit or not, and it was amazing.
It's kind of like a MythBusters for video game rumors.
Yes, I
kind of.
cannot tell you how excited I was when I saw a new one of those videos because they weren't on a schedule. It was because they took so long. It was like a new one goes up when we got a new one to show you, and you know I'd go through my rounds and see Game Trailers had a new Pop Fiction, and I'd be like, I'd stop
Hell
everything
yeah.
I was doing and watch those videos because they're fantastic.
So what was this game about? Did you talk about it already?
What was this game? Oh, what are you
The
asking me?
rumored
That's a
Zelda
good
one?
question.
Heroes of Hyrule. What are you talking about?
You talked about it?
We did the whole story.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was looking at the picture of like the poster for the Super Mario movie.
Looking at that, no ass.
Yeah.
I was no.
That's
well,
the rumor.
Here's a bigger issue.
He
Ain't
was
no
looking for the
pockets.
ass.
Did you know that
He's
Mario
got front
has
pockets,
no
but he
ass?
doesn't have any ass pockets.
Hello, Mario.
You got to put stuff back there.
buttholes. We
Ken,
call
here you go.
ass
Pip-Up.
pockets.
Tasty.
Pip-Up Water's got our first rumor we can look up. Can Star Fox fly?
Nice.
Fox McCloud, as part of Star Fox, can fly in an R-Wing, but can Fox McCloud
Can't
fly?
let you do
Fox
that.
McCloud is neither a fox nor a cloud, but he actually is
Huh?
a fox.
But he is
What?
Irish. Ooh, little tasteless joke there from me. But I am Irish.
Don't
so
get
it's okay.
too cocky.
Yeah, if you haven't watched Pop Fiction, go watch it. You can find the whole playlist on YouTube. Somebody else uploaded it. So good.
Find out about the Deku Butler's son.
They did the Chris Houlihan
The Chris
room
Houlihan room.
in Link to the Past.
And
They did
the-
the Final Fantasy VII Weird Doll.
Yes.
Hidden in the
weird doll.
background art. They did the Crash Bandicoot. Can you race as the boss? They did,
Wow.
they did a Metal Gear. They did so many. You're gonna get
They
lost
did
in
like
the
a
videos because they're so
007
good.
one, a
Yep.
GoldenEye one that was interesting.
There. Oh, man, I missed that series. There's so many great YouTubers out there that do amazing videos on games that put in hours and hours of work. You would think one person out there would have taken up that mantle to do it, but nobody, as far as I know.
Yeah, you think. And they really did it too. Like some of them it'd be like, we played through on the original N64,
Yeah.
the virtual console version,
Yep.
the DS version, and they would tell you the differences.
We
that they
started
saw
from
and
a
all-
fresh
it
save
was
just to make sure we
crazy.
downloaded saves from the internet to see
Yeah.
if those work.
They really did.
We
a
reached out to
lot
the
of
man
work.
who made this forum post 10 years ago to see if like
Yeah.
we reached out to the
It
developers
was
to get
fascinating.
comment.
It's a really fascinating show. I hope it holds up. I haven't watched it
I
since then.
watched a few of them
That would be-
maybe less than a year
That would
ago.
be
and
helpful.
because I was like, maybe there's one I missed that I didn't see. I've seen them all
You've seen
multiple
them all.
times, but they were
You've seen
they
everything.
still hold up.
That
They're
would
great.
be really helpful. Like the first thing you do is reach out to developers and then just get the answers straight up, and you're like, "Hey, this is
Well,
it."
that's it. Yeah,
But I've
more
seen
often than
everything.
not, the developers aren't willing to talk about it, or they will flat out say no. But more often, they say, "We don't know." I was like, they're like, "This game came out 20 years ago. I don't remember. Nobody that worked on that game is here anymore." So,
As in on this earth.
yeah, that's right. On this earth, that's
It
what I
is
was gonna
funny,
do.
like that kind of stuff. Like when you hear about like an album that you really love, and they interview the band, and the band's like, "I don't even remember recording it" or something, and you're like, "What?"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
or-
because like it means so much to you, and you're
Yeah.
like,
Or
"How
they
can
say-
you not
Or
remember?"
they say it's like their worst album ever.
Yeah.
yeah. So, like, that kind of thing. So it's funny that like it's like, yeah, I worked on Ocarina of Time. Couldn't tell you a thing about it.
Yeah.
I was
Do you
drunk
have
the
any
whole
idea
time.
what-
It's
Yes.
funny because like every once in a while I'll have someone reach out to me to talk about like a feature I wrote or something. I'm like, I wrote about this? I don't even remember this.
Do I have to be?
As Nikki Hill was saying, our next story, Nintendo Pictures has been formed. The official website is open. Again, this was a company that Nintendo purchased and they renamed Nintendo Pictures. It used to be called Dynamo Pictures. It's a Japanese computer graphics animation studio that Nintendo worked with for game videos, cinematic intros and cutscenes and stuff like that. Nintendo worked with them, and I guess Nintendo liked them enough to be like, hey, we want you and you're ours now. And they're going to work with them on other games to do to do cutscenes and stuff like that, and some other projects, but not a huge story. So I don't know if we'll see like a Nintendo Pictures logo involved with the Mario Brothers movie, but they will be putting out more content like this, and now Nintendo Pictures will be working on it.
You got to think if the Mario movie does well,
Hello,
that
Mario.
we're gonna see, probably one of each, like a Zelda, a Metroid, who
That's
knows
the
what
plan.
else.
You would imagine with Universal having a theme park for Mario, and then doing a Mario movie through NBC Universal or Comcast, whatever you want to call it. Yes, they're hoping this one's a hit to continue into more Mario movies and then branching out in other things, because it's a gold mine. It's just it's the same thing that happened with Marvel. Like if you have the one hit, then you can branch out into so many more IP, like all of it. Zelda, Splatoon, Kirby. Like it's not like there hasn't been. There's been Kirby cartoons. There's been F-Zero cartoons. there's been Donkey Kong cartoons, which
Mansion
everybody
would be
agrees were
A
fantastic.
series, like a good series, maybe.
Have you ever seen the Donkey Kong cartoon?
I don't believe
That's
so.
a
I know you've
trip.
probably shown me like clips.
What a weird
must
show.
have seen
I'm a huge
clips.
Nintendo fan. I could barely suffer through a handful of episodes. It was so weird. And it was like that very early era CG. So like Toy Story was out as a movie, but if you're going to do a TV show, it's not going to look as good as Toy
Right.
Story. So it's funny. It's real funny. Anyway, Sokar says, I hope this isn't the only thing Yoshiaki Koizumi would do for the rest of his Nintendo career. I'd really like to see him do stories and Mario games. Nintendo Pictures is being spearheaded by Mr. Koizumi. All right. PC says, I vividly remember the Donkey Kong show. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I would say, well, I mean, it's good now, but back then, it's good now because it's funny. It's bad back then because it's also bad.
Gotcha.
Our most commented on story this week, everybody. Why? Because it's about boobs. Bazooms!
Oh my god!
We need that clip on the soundboard. Bazooms.
Where was that from?
It's Urkel.
Like Urkel.
Like Urkel. Type in, I'll do it. I'm going to go on YouTube and type in Urkel Bazooms.
What have you been playing, Mombre?
Oh my! And we're at an hour 20. Jeez. Can't we have fun on this show?
Well, we gotta get
Urkel.
out because family's
It's
coming.
not gonna
over.
We're not
happen.
coming until later.
Get nervous. Can't have a mix.
Yeah, I don't want to meet any of your
You
family.
can't mix friends with family.
Well, now you guys talk amongst yourselves. I'm going to find this damn Bazooms clip.
No. So how about that Chris Pratt?
No.
You mean Crisp Rat?
Anybody watch
Oh,
any
Came up
horror
with that.
movies? I've been
Steve
going
Urkel Bazooms. Okay,
ham
let's
on
see if I can
never
trust
mind.
it.
We got Bazooms.
No, but I did restart watching through Over the Garden.
This video is no longer available because
Oh, I
YouTube
watched
account
that,
associated with this video
last October.
has been terminated.
I
Excellent.
watched it last year for the first time, but I'm gonna make it a thing. to
I
just watch
also watched it last year for the first time. We talked about this probably, right? Okay, good.
Did we?
I'm
Oh,
sure.
I think I just.
I only
mentioned
watch
to
it because
Rami.
you guys told me to watch it. Period.
Oh, okay. I thought there was
I
going to be
thought there was
funny.
more.
I've got nothing going on up here because I would have sworn that you told me to watch it, which is funny. And it was funny to hear that you didn't watch it until just recently.
No, I
Hey,
watched it
what
last
happened?
year,
Watch
and
it
I'm rewatching it.
All right.
Sorry, Bazooms.
I can't stop the show for this as much as I would love to. I have to move on.
Sorry.
If anyone in the Discord would love to be an absolute saint and timestamp me, I can tell you that it's Family Matters Season 2, Episode 14, where Urkel moans, it says, bazooms. I wouldn't say he
Yeah.
moans it, but
It's kind of, yeah.
bazooms.
Makes me uncomfortable.
Season 2, Episode 14. Apparently, he says it in multiple episodes, but there's one for you. He says bazooms. But anyway, yes, this story's about bazooms, boobs, cleavage.
Not gonna lie, I'm
sweating a little bit. Breasts.
Bayonetta's Bazooms.
Sweater puppies.
Sweater puppies. Mom brain.
um,
Hello, Darmani.
Drugs.
Dobon
How dare you.
Honkaros.
Whiskey.
Dobon Honkaros. You're right. There you go. So, as you may know, and as we've talked about on the podcast multiple times, there have been plenty of games on the Switch eShop that feature uncensored bare breasts. And in
Yummy,
particular, we're
yummy.
talking about
Yogi Bear breast.
anime games, hentai games. There's a whole bunch of hentai games on the Switch. Huh?
Bear?
Like not
completely-
the animal, naked. Yes.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, I'm sorry,
complete-
Nikki Hill. For me to assume you would do a pun like that, is that that crazy?
It
Very
wasn't
terrible
a
one.
pun.
I know. I said for me to
Oh.
assume. Yeah, naked boobs. Yeah.
I haven't seen any naked bazooms.
we've talked about this. So there's hentai games.
Guys,
Yes,
guys,
topless
guys,
women.
I always thought they're covered.
Guys,
Women.
What is it, Mom Brain?
I just saw naked boobs like a few hours ago.
What? Where?
I took a shower.
Oh,
I was gonna say, was it in the
not
mirror?
yeah, but you got
That's
regular
cheating.
boobs. We're talking about hot hentai boobs. Yeah,
Oh,
topless,
okay.
topless. You can show
Okay.
topless nudity
Well,
on the Switch. But here's the thing:
T-O-P-L-E-S-S.
Naked grills.
there's a developer, Gamuzumi, who works on adult games. Let's say, and they were working to bring a new game to the
We're
Switch
familiar
called.
with the work of Gamezuyan. Thank
I've
you.
seen
everything.
Bringing a game to the Switch called Hot Tentacles Shoot. It is a shoot 'em up, but it is also if you
I thought it was about
successfully
shooting something else.
if you clear stages, then you see women's bazooms.
I fed up with his world.
But they're animated hentai.
So are you against this? Because this is kind of like the trophy system, like
No, it's
okay,
it's
never
a-
mind.
it's like it's the mechanic of
You
the
don't think
game.
it's like an achievement?
What rules? You
I mean, in the
sons
sense of
bitches?
I get some games certainly like here's a regular game and you get naked pictures if you get a certain amount of points or something. Thank you. Thank you. Did you
Wow.
find that on your own? There you go. Thank you.
That's
Thank
good.
you. There you go.
It was worth it.
No, it's fine. Whatever. If it's a game and you're building in the game, then sure. Listen, if you're buying a hentai game,
I was just
You're welcome.
kidding. I thought it would be funny, to bring up as if it were an achievement.
But anyway, those are in games. Gamuzumi is looking to bring Hot Tentacle Shoot to the Switch, and apparently they were shot down.
I just keep laughing at that title.
Their board meetings must be wild.
Nintendo said it wouldn't be allowed due to uncensored bare breasts. This would be a change because there's plenty of hentai games on the Switch that have uncensored bare breasts. They also say they had plans to release another game, Elves Christmas Hentai Puzzle, which also had bare breasts. Again, another animated game.
Wait,
And
elves?
yes, elves. At Christmas time. Christmas time is
But, like,
here.
you see them.
Bring
like,
those boobies
yeah,
near.
they're like- are we talking about like elf breasts?
Yeah, elves have breasts.
I hope
Herbie.
they're like
we all
really
know it. We
weird
all
little,
think about
like,
it.
elves instead of like hot elves. How funny would it be if they were like weird?
Come on over
looking-
here. Take a look at these. Bazooms. But anyway, they're saying that game is another game they won't be able to bring over. So Gamuzumi says they believe Nintendo's doing this because, quote, obscene content could damage their brand. Again, it's been 5 years of this on the Switch where Nintendo has not censored this stuff. Also, there's games like Witcher 3 that has nudity in
Yeah,
them, but
they
they're
just-
not animated nudity. It's more
They
realistic,
just,
quote
yeah.
unquote.
They just think your game's dumb, Gamizumi. Get over
Well, that's
it.
the other thing. They don't because there's plenty of other games that are just like this on the Switch. So here's the question. Was a developer mistaken and they were shot down for another reason? Or is this a policy change for Nintendo? Don't worry, everybody, because I took the extremely awkward approach of emailing my Nintendo rep to get a statement.
It's Bazoombas
And
rep.
I preface it by saying, I'm like, listen, I know
Can you
this
give me
is
a
an
copy of
awkward
this?
story, but I'm just looking at this from a policy
Can I
change
get some more
perspective.
bazooms, please?
I said, like, can you get a statement from Nintendo to just confirms or denies whether there's been a policy change as far as censorship of content? I have not gotten a statement yet. Nobody who has covered this story has gotten a statement from Nintendo yet. People have tried. There's been no statement, which means Nintendo is either A, going to ignore it completely, or B, crafting a very specifically worded statement, and they're going to release it to everybody at the same time, which is what's happened. That's happened in the past, and we've gotten a statement and we shared it. So we don't know the truth right now. All we know is literally one developer has said that Nintendo is not allowing uncensored bare breasts in animated form anymore. So
From this point forward,
IGN ran a video on this story, and they're like, boobs are uncensored, or boobs can't be censored anymore. They never bothered to say that Nintendo confirmed or denied this because Nintendo hasn't. They were just like, you can't do it on Nintendo anymore. And I'm like, whoops, we don't know that for sure. So
You were so excited your hat blew
Right?
up.
It like spun in circles.
That is funny.
From,
That is
from
funny.
this
So
point
yeah,
forward, we are no longer highlighting bazooms or butts.
all
Mario will not
all
have a
further
butt.
bazooms are
Maybe they're
going in the
connected.
bin. So yeah, no official confirmation from Nintendo, no statement from Nintendo as of this time. But
And
we
no
have reached out for one. So.
Nipples from
And you know what's going to be extra awkward? I'm going to see my rep next week, so I got to ask in person. But anyway, There you go. We're trying to get you information. The King Up North has the most upvoted comment, and he says, "It's 2022, and people are still horrified by breasts," with one of those like faces. So yeah, I don't think this is. Also, by the way, to make this very clear, Nintendo is the standout or the holdout here.
They got more breasts than anybody.
The PS or PlayStation and Microsoft do not allow uncensored bare anime hentai breasts in their games. Nintendo does. So Nintendo's policy change, if it is true, would put them in line with the other guys. So it's not something we want to have happen, obviously.
Definitely not.
But it wouldn't be surprising if it did. So you know what's going to happen? It's already starting to happen. Everybody's like, Nintendo's kitty image, because everybody likes to trumpet or parrot the same stupid crap. I just want to point out again, Nintendo was the only one that didn't do this. And
What
if
rules,
they
you
do
sons of
it,
bitches?
they will be in line with everybody else. So Nintendo is the standout here. This is not Nintendo going draconian. Oh, it's draconian, but they're being draconian with everybody else. So we'll see what happens.
What's Dracula have to do with any of this?
It's Alucard backwards.
I want to suck. Yep. Count Dracula. Look that up on your own time and don't talk to me about it. We don't need to talk about that. Oh, here's something. Speaking of bazooms, Bayonetta 3.
Of course.
There was discussion of Bayonetta's voice being different in this Bayonetta game. People were like, I think this is a
Voiced by Chris Pratt this time.
an alternate universe Bayonetta. Is this a Bayonetta from another world? Because there's some kind of alternate dimension thing going on with this Bayonetta.
She's an Italian plumber, and our world gets sucked into her world.
And people are like, that's why her voice changed. We don't know the real. Well, okay. I can tell you what Platinum says. First off, you guys were right. It is a different actor voicing Bayonetta this time. Instead of, Jesus. Did I write the name of the former woman? I forget her name. I apologize. That's sorry.
That's sorry.
That's a sorry.
Sorry, it's just a bunch of words.
Anyway, the new voice actor is Jennifer Hale. That is who's performing
okay.
Bayonetta
That's,
this time.
Femshep.
Yes, Femshep or
And,
Samus.
Oh yeah, a whole bunch of stuff.
And they spoke to Platinum Games Yusuke Miyata about the change. And they say various overlapping circumstances made it difficult for Helena Taylor, that's the original Bayonetta, to reprise her role. We held auditions to cast the new voice of Bayonetta and offered the role to Jennifer Hale, whom we felt was a good match for the character. I understand the concerns some fans have about the voice change at this point in the series, but Jennifer's performance was way beyond what we could have imagined. I'm confident that her portrayal of Bayonetta will exceed our fans' expectations. So Platinum is saying overlapping circumstances were the reason.
That sounds like
okay
scheduling.
Yeah, maybe. But
they're
Jennifer
talking
Hale's
about.
doing a voice. She's doing her Bayonetta impression. She's not
Right.
trying to sound like a completely different person. She's doing her best Bayonetta impression. And there are times when I couldn't tell the difference. So she's good. But yeah, you hate to see a voice actor who's become known for that role not get to reprise that role. Just like poor Mr. David Hayter was Solid Snake, and I got kicked to the curb for what's his face? Kiefer Sutherland, who has and then the series is dead. So
Yeah, why? That's
Do you think
weird.
he killed it?
and that's tough because listen, Bayonetta's voice is iconic because she's very seductive and sultry, and her cadence and everything. It's a big part of the
Yeah.
character. But David Hayter is more known for, like, Solid Snake's voice is even more
Sultry.
sultry, yeah, even
It's a
more
lot sexier.
unique. So that was a big loss.
Metal Gear.
Martin Stuff says slight error. Yeah, you're right. I saw that, Martin. I got to update the post. Anyway, shame Helen couldn't reprise the role, but Jennifer does a pretty good job. I'm willing to bet I won't notice a difference while playing after a while. Well, we'll all find out soon, my friends, because Bayonetta 3 comes out October 28th.
Yeah, it's a bummer. I don't like when they. I mean, obviously, like you said, if circumstances were different, they could have kept the original. Obviously, you'd prefer.
Yes,
that, but-
always. If that's a legit story and it's a scheduling issue and it couldn't come together, it sucks. You get it. You want to see the original. Yes. So we're taking the story at face value. It sucks, but what are you going to do? But yeah, you never like to hear the original voice actor replaced with anybody. especially the more the years roll on and the more attached to the character you become. I'm trying to think of big examples. Like look at Ash in a Pokemon anime. There was that woman who did the voice for so many years, and then because of the 4 kids dispute and all that, Ash became. The woman that's voicing Ash now has been doing it far longer than the original voice actor did, but people are still upset about that.
Like, remember
Rightfully
when
so.
when all the Muppets voices changed because Jim Henson died?
Yeah, how selfish of him, right?
He wasn't. Yeah, he was not.
Wasn't thinking
of
of
the
him.
fans.
That's right.
Yeah.
Stay alive for the fans.
He should have just recorded him reading the dictionary in every character's voice.
Well, come on, we
So
could
they
do
could use
AI.
AI,
We could do AI now. Record all those old Jim Henson Kermits and listen. I love Kermit as a character. Kermit doesn't sound right at all now. Like,
No.
Kermit's bad. I'm sorry, Kermit's bad.
Okay, well,
I love Kermit, the character. I think the guy,
The
who
Kermit that
does
they
the-
have it on TikTok when he's on Omegle does a better job
Yes.
than the Kermit they have.
Yes, I think
Forgot about that.
yes. Like the guy who's doing it now is a great actor, and I think his cadence is great, and I like him in the role. But as far as sounding like how I want Kermit to sound,
Yeah, it just
doesn't
sounds
sound like
different,
Kermit.
and
Yeah.
that's off-putting.
In my head forever, it sounds like a knockoff Kermit. I feel like there's another big example that I'm forgetting. It's not coming to one guy does
Dr.
like
Hibbert.
everybody in Warner Brothers now. Like he does like Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny and Porky. Like
Oh, really?
one of those might be wrong, but he
Mel-
does like 8 different Warner
Didn't
Brothers
Mel
characters.
LeBlanc, is that
Yeah,
Mel
that's another
LeBlanc or Matt
example.
Matt
LeBlanc?
LeBlanc, yeah, he does it.
Oh, Mel Blanc.
Mel Blanc.
Yeah.
Matt LeBlanc.
He did all the voice characters.
Yeah, that's
right,
a-
for
that's
while.
another
And
example
Frank
where,
Oz
like-
did like. Frank Oz is still.
I guess it's
going.
true. I wasn't thinking in that sense that one guy did the majority of the voices, so there's
And
probably
can you believe Seth MacFarlane does like all the voices in Family Guy and
That's not
American
possible.
Dad?
I mean, but I'm talking
And
about
what's
like
his name does all the voices in Rick and
you're
Morty.
missing my point. My
I'm not
point.
even listening to your point because I was looking at pictures of the Super Mario.
My point
movie.
is, I thought it was funny that you find another guy that does all those voices
I'm
again.
still
But
trying to figure out Keenan Michael Peele's name.
looking at these seriously,
Yeah, still right.
looking at photos of it.
Mario's got a
It's like 2
button-down,
hours.
collared button-down shirt. Can you believe that?
the
gotta be
things they're
so
doing to Mario
strange.
nowadays,
Oh,
not my Mario,
Restrictive.
but
This is the best show.
if
What are we
like
talking about?
The best episode.
I just think it's funny that you get one guy to do all these roles, and then to
For what
replace the
now?
character, you get another guy to do all the roles. But I guess it makes sense because if they can do an impression of one of them, since the original guy could do 8 characters, I guess if somebody can do an impression of one, chances are they can get in the ballpark with all the others too. So
Maybe.
I'm
Plus,
saying the guy
you
who
only
does
pay one person.
a lot of Warner Brothers. Do you pay one person 8
Probably.
times?
From my experience, if you do a bunch of jobs for one company, yeah, you get paid once.
You get paid once. So
I mean,
somebody's
well, for
voicing
one-
iconic characters at Warner Brothers, and they're
Yeah,
getting
but
paid
it's,
once.
it's probably built into
I
their
teach
rate.
like 5 grade levels. I get 1 paycheck.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're talking about voice actors, important stuff here, not
Okay.
teach-
Got it. Got it.
just like you know.
you probably get hired, and then you go, "Yo, so
They've-
this is how many voices I'm going to be doing. This is what you're going to pay
you
me."
think
and
Seth MacFarlane's getting paid once? I don't think so. I think he's making
he's also the one that signs the checks, isn't he?
probably not. Probably a Fox and NBC are signing
I
his
mean,
checks.
you're getting
NBC
compensated,
Universal.
but at the same
NBC
time,
Universal.
it's still going to be cheaper than hiring 14 different voice actors.
Probably. I mean, Seth MacFarlane. You know, here's the thing I'll say about Seth MacFarlane. The majority of his voices do sound very different. Like his Roger and his Peter and his Stan and his
Stan?
American Dad.
I mean, he sounds like.
Stan and Brian are the same.
They do sound pretty similar.
And don't they both kind of
Stan
sound
and
like
Brian
Lois's,
sound the same?
Lois's dad?
Who's Stan? Isn't he the
No.
American Dad?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would
he's-
say
Basic Brian is basically Seth MacFarlane's real voice, and American Dad is like that, but just tweaked a bit.
Cartoonier.
Stan's like considerably deeper.
Isn't Stan
Deeper.
then kind of like?
I mean, I'm
Is
not
it
saying they're
Lois? Like
exactly the
her
same.
father?
Her father is
Stan. Seth MacFarlane.
Oh, what? You got me so confused now. So the closest to Seth MacFarlane's regular voice is Brian. Then removed from that, I guess, is Lois's father, because that's that's Seth MacFarlane with like grumble to it.
Yeah,
But
it's a
they're pretty
little
much
more
the same
gravelly.
voice, more gravelly. And then yeah, like Stan, I feel is like deeper.
I don't know.
I
And
know
then
what you're talking
very
about.
far removed is
you're the
It's
one
not-
that has
it's
like
not
perfect
exactly the
pitch or
same,
whatever.
but you wouldn't hear those voices and be like, this is like an amazing voice actor. Like I'm saying he's
Yeah.
a good voice actor, but you wouldn't be like,
But yeah,
this is 20 different
I'm saying
people.
I-
There's
Yeah,
no
yeah,
way. This
Like, but if you hear Roger, I would be like, that's a great voice actor, because his Roger, obviously, it's a
he's
Paul,
just doing
it's a Paul Lind
Lynde.
ripoff, but
Sure.
still,
It's a
you
pretty
know,
good
you
one,
go
though.
from like his normal voice to his Roger voice. I think he does.
I'm
a
just
good-
saying, I usually know when it's Seth MacFarlane. doing the
Yes,
voice.
yes, that's true. But like Nathan Drake, what's that guy's name?
Oh right. Oh my god, we talk about him like all the time.
all the time, and I can't think of his
He
name.
is phenomenal.
wait, I always called him Nathan Drake.
I was going to call him
It's
Nathan
not Troy
Fillion.
Baker. It's the other guy. How do I not remember this?
How
This
is
is
it?
sad. Someone in the
Someone in the
chat's
chat
gonna
will
save
come
us.
up with it. Hey, we got an
It's
Orville
not
one in
Nate
there.
something?
Not Troy Baker. The other.
Thank you, Piplup.
Nathan
Nolan
Fillion,
North.
Nolan
Thank you,
North.
Drake
North.
and
North
Malik.
and
That's
Nolan.
right. It was
Yeah,
either-
he
and
is
Nolan
phenomenal, because you hear
North.
him in games and you see the
Mhm.
credit, or you see credits for a game and you're like, this was Nolan North? This guy?
Yeah, I
had
remember
no idea.
that when I found out he was like the Penguin in like Arkham City.
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, what?
Yeah, he's really
Really?
good in that.
He's good.
Two things. One, we should probably put that light on, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh, I
reaching out.
forgot.
It's getting
Two,
dark.
I went to like just peek to see like what the lighting was like down the hall, and I caught the way everyone's sitting. For a split second, my brain registered George's face and hand as Nikki Hill, like turning over his own
Oh.
shoulder, and I was gonna be like, "What's so funny, Nikki?"
George is very eye-catching.
Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, voice actors, they do things. I love talking about voice actors. I think musicians and voice actors don't get the credit they deserve.
What do
for
you
the
think
stuff that they
about
do.
that Chris Pratt guy? His voice acting.
Hello, Mario. He's all right. By the way, Hello Mario is like a YouTube meme thing.
Oh, okay. That's what I
I
figured.
wonder if I could find that. This show is so out of whack. You know what? This show is out of whack. We're all over the place, but I like that kind of show. So
Oh,
Is it almost
he
done?
likes it.
hello, it's almost done.
I'm just
He
kidding.
likes a little whack out of whack.
Here's my brother Luigi now to tell you a whole heap of a spaghetti pile of informazione. Hello, Mario.
That's Luigi. Perfect Luigi. Hello, Mario. We don't need to talk about that. We don't need to talk about that.
Luigi, lighten your load.
All right, guys, here we go. If we pool our money together, we could be a Guinness World Record holder. Not for money. We don't have that much money. But we could buy the world's biggest Pokemon merch collection.
How much?
Oh, no one's excited. All right.
So
this
when you say Pokemon, I just kind of like
this
For a
Pokemon
dollar.
this Pokemon merch
We
collection
could put all our money together for $1.
has roughly 20,000 different items in it. Guinness World Records verified
they
biggest
caught 'em all,
Pokemon merch
right?
collection.
How much
The
they
auction is
selling?
going up,
Oh, auction.
and it's expected to pull in roughly $340,000.
Holy cow.
Belongs to some woman, an anonymous woman in Hertfordshire, England, and she's selling due to belongs to some woman, an anonymous woman in Hertfordshire, England, and she's selling due to financial reasons. But she is
due to the fact that Pokemon is stupid. It just says that
You
in
know
the
what?
article.
After
Pokemon
spending
is for
direct quote,
stupid
after
babies.
spending all this money, I hate
Yeah.
Pokemon now.
After spending
Oh.
all of this money, I've come into financial hardships.
right.
And I need to sell these to get more money back to pay off my debt.
But she does say she will be keeping a few items for sentimental value. The auction goes up October 18th. So this 10 days from now. So I imagine it's going to pull in a lot more money than that. But yeah, you could get all the plush dolls and cards and toys and movie posters and all the stuff you could want.
Movie.
Currybus says that's a lot of merch. Did they even catch them all? Yeah, I'm gonna say that'll pull in half a milli easy. We'll see what happens. There was also a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh, by the way,
trailer
do you
here.
know the update?
this week.
sales of Kirby and Forgotten Realms?
No, we don't know until
'Cause this
Nintendo's
past
next
week-
fiscal quarter.
This past Thursday is when you said it would have hit 5.13 million.
And millions. Yeah, official numbers? No, we don't know. I have to wait until Nintendo's fiscal quarter ends.
Fiscal.
Convenient. Right when we're taking you to task.
I'm looking up. The best we can have is VG charts,
The best. we
and
can
they
do
are
is
not trustworthy at all.
Bazooms.
Sorry, I'm trying to find this information for you.
Don't worry about it.
Anybody
been
see any
playing, Mom
horror
Brain?
movies lately?
I
I've been watching
haven't.
horror movies because of
Fear.com.
October. I didn't watch that, but I heard it was a good movie night.
I watched what's it called? The Invitation a couple weeks ago
Oh, yeah?
for the first
Oh,
time.
cool.
Um,
I want to
Where is
see
that
it. I heard it's
available?
pretty good.
It's in
Yeah, I thought it
theaters,
was pretty
even,
good.
isn't it?
Man,
Did you go to
even,
theaters to see it?
no,
even
it
VG
came out-
Shudder.
it came out a couple of years ago. Yeah, I probably watched it on Shudder or
The
Netflix or something.
Invitation.
Are we talking
Who's
about the
in that
same
one?
movie?
Is that a Joel Egerton?
No,
Is
The
it
one
a-
with the dinner party.
Paul
yeah, it's the
Rudd?
dinner party one where the
Yeah, I do remember seeing that. No, there's a new Invitation
sure?
movie that's out in theaters. I think.
with
unless they
Anya Taylor
re-released it.
Joy.
No, that's The Menu.
She's on the menu. Bazooms.
Oh,
Yeah, you're right. I don't know.
Spoiler alert, but yeah.
Spoiler alert: you didn't see the movie.
No, if you watch the trailer,
Who
the
knows
whole
what's
point of
going
the
on
thing-
in-
That was a joke, ma'am.
Is it? We don't know. We haven't
Well, we
seen
don't
the movie.
know. Spoiler
We don't-
alert.
Spoiling that we don't know. Anyway, VG charts numbers untrustworthy there, but even they haven't updated from the last sales update, so we don't know yet. I'll keep you informed.
so you got another week of breathing room at least.
Well, I could tell you when Nintendo's next financial report's going to come out, but
I could
do a
just
little
make up
research.
numbers and tell you that I was right.
Numbers, yes. There was a new Pokemon trailer.
Numbers.
It was 14 minutes and it introduced, among other things, a new Pokemon called, oh boy, Farigiraf?
Fart giraffe?
Farigiraf.
No, fart-
Farigiraf?
Fart giraffe.
The head of its main, whatever. Just look it up. It's a Pokemon with it's a giraffe with a super long neck. What do you want from me? That's what it is.
You're so funny because if I say one bad thing about Pokemon, you've got to defend it to the wall.
No.
And then they come out with yet another stupid thing, and you're just like, it's a stupid thing.
All right, now
Moving
wait.
on.
Now wait.
Sure,
That
why
is
not?
the only thing I get on you about with Pokemon is how you say they're all the same, which is not true.
Something
You
is looming.
literally just said that the woman in the last story was selling her Pokemon because she found out they were stupid. And I made the same joke with you right after that. I never offered a rebuttal. With the giraffe, I'm saying it's a giraffe. What's
What
this
are you
Pokemon? It's a
thinking?
giraffe with a longer neck. That's what it is. It's like the Pokemon that's like
You're
a
on
candle.
my team. I get it now. No, we're on the same team now, and I finally realize it.
Listen, there are inventive Pokemon in this game, and then there's ones that look like a giraffe. Like, I'm not going to defend a Pokemon that's a giraffe with a longer neck. It's a giraffe. Like, it's like looking at this can of energy drink and being like, this is a Pokemon. It's Canitus. I don't know. Whatever.
I mean, it's not far off from what they dish out, and you can't blame them because they have to do it, and there's hundreds of them.
Well,
so
that's
are
what
they
I'm
gonna-
saying. There are inventive Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet, and then there's Farigiraf, whatever it is. I don't know. It's a
Actually, it
giraffe.
does
also
look
they're
pretty
going to
good.
start running out of colors.
I think he's wearing an eye patch.
Oh, the name. of the
Yeah, oh,
game.
yeah. I meant the titles.
I thought you meant like in general. Just we're running out of colors. People got to invent a new
I mean,
color.
there's only so many.
Also, the game is going to have a picnic feature for your Pokemon, which sounds nice. And you take care of your Pokemon by washing them. 14-minute trailer, like I said. Go check that out. Curveball says, looks pretty good, in my opinion. Most in-depth mainline Pokemon game. Yeah, this one, it will be considerably different from the usual gameplay mechanics in a Pokemon game.
From the usual, pick one of 3 Pokemon and go through
you'll
the
still do that.
world and fight other Pokemon.
Really? That's what you're going to do? Pick 3 Pokemon, I'll give you. Sure, that's a trope of the Pokemon series. But go...
Check and mate.
Hold on. Your other one was go through the world.
And fight other Pokemon.
Yeah, that's any game. Go through the world and fight other...
I said Pokemon. I can't think of any other game
I'm
besides
tired of
Pokemon.
these Pokemon
where you're
game
fighting-
using Pokemon. Yeah. North America, what do we got this week? It's a big week, everybody. We got Nier Automata, the End of Yorha edition. We got Lego Brick Tales. We got No Man's Sky.
Nier Automata has me Lego bricked up.
Oh! We got 4x4 Off-Road Driver. We got A Frog's Job.
A Frog's Job?
Yeah,
I just saw the new Hulk, She-Hulk, and there's a frog job in it.
that's right. Assassin's Creed
If you know what I
Anniversary.
mean.
Your take on that?
I don't.
Assassin's
I like the last 2 episodes, but we can
Ooh.
move on.
I haven't seen the last one.
Don't spoil. Assassin's Creed Anniversary Edition Mega Bundle. 6 Assassin's Creed games in one package. $100. Not a lie. Billiard Classic 8-Ball Pool. Blood Wash. Brick Breaker Ball Shooter. Bus Driver Simulator 2022. Chaos Chaos Child. Chaos Head Noah. Those are 2 visual novels. Spike Chunsoft has combined them together into a double pack if you'd like to get the retail version.
Double.
Clockmaker, My Clock version digital with timer.
Careful now.
Cosmo Player Z. Saijin the Cyborg Ninja. Dropsy. Endless Memories. Everdell. Falling Out. Froggy World. In
More frog
Sound
games.
Mind.
Frog heavy this week.
Jewel Diamonds. Josh Journey. Darkness
Jewel
Totems. Kamiwaza. Way of the Thief.
I asked you first.
Here we go, guys. LOL surprise. BB's Born to Travel.
Oh, baby.
Oh my God. Listen to this title. Lawnmower Mortal Race.
That sounds fantastic.
Little Kong Jungle Fun. Lost Dream Memories. Maze Blaze. Memory, the original matching game from Ravensburger. Mermaid Story. Poker World Casino game. Proteus. Check out Proteus. As the internet has unfortunately started to call these games, this is a boomer shooter. It's a first-person shooter in the style
So
of
it's
how
like
they
Doom?
used to be.
Like
So
Doom.
like Duke Nukem or Doom.
So
Yes.
not for boomers.
What are you doing here, baby? Calm down.
So you don't aim up or down. You just
So
No,
they're
you do.
they're
They
actually
have
for
that.
Gen
You could aim up
Xers.
and down in Duke Nukem.
never played it.
You could. It was like a pseudo aiming up and down, but you could literally look up and down, left and
I
right.
got
I
so
would
much motion
stare at the
sickness from those
ad.
games.
For that.
But Proteus
PlayStation
looks
magazine.
awesome. Duke Nukem, I played at my uncle's house when it originally came out, and that's also where I played Wolfenstein and Doom, and I was
I mean,
blown
that
away.
must have, yeah, like I said, blown you away. 'cause
Blown away. I just sat there playing. We were visiting my uncle's house. I was playing it there, and I just remember sitting at the computer, hoping my parents never wanted to go
never
home.
wanted to go home.
I was like, I hope they never come in here and ask us to go
I
home.
thought about when I played Wolfenstein over at our friend Ian Yesko's house. I thought about it probably every single day for the rest of my life since then. Like
To this
I'm
day,
just like I wish I had that game, and now I have the game, and it's like, but you
Don't want
still there's something about that Wolfenstein when I saw that blood coming out of those Nazis, and oh my god, it was so awesome.
Even that bad MIDI music, I
Oh.
remember it so well. Just like hearing that, and yeah, the guys yelling, at,
Are they saying Gestapo?
I.
Mine
Rock,
Ponda.
rock. I don't know what they're saying. Obviously, it's German, but I remember how it sounded. Not, not. And Picking Up Treasure was boom, ba-da-da-da.
Yeah.
And the music was bum 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 boom, bum 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 bum, over
Yeah,
and over
my-
again.
My brother had the Super Nintendo version.
Oh, a
and-
little different. Giant
and-
rats.
Yeah, and the music is like really bad. in it.
Yeah. What other there? I remember I can hear the door noise so vividly. Yeah, that was a great game.
Oh, so boomer shooters.
Boomer shooters,
So
yes.
that's
Proteus is a boomer shooter.
I'll have to check out a video of that later. And see
Proteus
what-
looks awesome.
well. That's,
awesome.
Yeah, but this is coming from the guy who is like looking forward to that game that deliberately looks like a PS1 game. Like, sorry,
Oh
but
my god, the big
you know,
catch.
you have fun with it.
Well,
And-
yes, this game very much looks like a high def version of Doom. Or yeah, Doom. I would
That's
say.
what that's called Doom Eternal, and it was great.
No. Doom Eternal
called
looks like
Doom
a game
Eternal.
today. It doesn't look like Doom.
Well,
Like Proteus. Look up a trailer or screenshots for Proteus right now.
I will.
But anyway, moving on. Sakura MMO 2, School Race GP, Splatter, Zombie Apocalypse, Splatter,
Zombie-pocalypse?
Zombie Cop,
Careful now.
Zombocalypse.
Oh, okay.
Great job.
Now,
Okay.
Splatter Zombocalypse Now. We'll say that. It's really Zombieocalypse, I guess. Super Jaeger Bomb. Get it?
Bombs.
Swarm Rider Omega. The Battle of Polytopia. Trash Sailors. Tribe Explorer. Ultra Mega Extra Party Challenge. Unusual Findings. Wizorb. The classic game Wizorb, which is Tribute Games' first game. It's a alleyway or Arkanoid clone, but with progression and enemies that you fight, and it's set up like a dungeon crawler. It's really cool. If you never played that, now it's on Switch. And finally, Isekai Bride Hunting Mare Edition. And yes, it is a hentai game. Most upvoted comment comes from Moro.
I wouldn't have a
Ronaldo,
problem.
the bipolar rock and roller, says, I want to get near, but I'm working my way through Xeno 3, and I guess by the time I'm done, Persona will be right around the corner. Maybe after that, then. Yeah, busy month, my friend. If you're doing Xenoblade 3, very long game, then Nier, not an extremely long game, but certainly sizable. But Persona on October 21st, which is another sizable game. You got a lot to play, dude. But that's not a bad thing. Joshua,
why not?
we need your help, please.
We'll be right back.
Nope.
Doesn't anyone care what I think?
I care. That's why I asked you.
I'm here to grace you with my presence. I'm a hardcore gamer.
Anyway, Hagen, so am I, Josh. I'm drinking my G Fuel. Oh, boy. Wop, 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 wop.
I'm the world's best singer. What are the next European masterpieces? Let's find out with Nicky's sweet releases.
Thank you,
Hell
Josh.
yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hanging and banging.
These are the games that. Whose
Whoa!
Lord's year is it?
I
Whose
swear
Lord's
to
year
you. I swear to
came
you.
out for the week of October 6th,
It changed.
the year
I
of
did
our
not-
Lord 2022. It's all right, Josh.
Baby, lock the door and
Josh,
turn
you play the right
lights
song, please?
down
What are the next
low.
European masterpieces?
What the
Let's
hell
find
is
out
that?
with
Josh
Nicky's
is playing games.
Josh, we did this already.
releases.
Toast in the machine.
Terrible just then.
We need this music after all that. Man.
The week of our Lord. Week of our Lord. October 6th in the year of our Lord 2022. In Europe. I'm a bit shook from all that activity. Brick Breaker Ball Shooter. Bus Driving Simulator 2. What happened?
Week of our Lord.
Year
of our Lord.
Clockmaker. My clock.
Did you say Cloudmaker?
Clockmaker.
Oh,
No,
okay,
you're
okay.
singing over it. You're not paying attention to me. What are you doing? Looking at pictures of Super Mario
Yeah,
movies?
right. I'm sorry. I got
By
to be
the way,
staring at Mario's ass
Super-
for an hour.
Super and movie, I think, are like
You are Mr. Gay.
They look very similar to the original, like the 90s or 80s.
The
version.
logo, yeah, I thought so. We did. You are Mr. Gay. The Super Mario Galaxy logo with the shines on each letter.
Cosmo Player Z with a Z. Cosmo Players.
Cosmo Player Z.
Saijin the Cyborg Ninja. Falling Out.
My mistake. Sorry.
Isekai Bride Hunter.
What was that?
My brain was going bridge, but it's not hunting bridges. We're hunting brides. Nier Edition. Jewel Diamonds. Josh Journey. Josh, I didn't know
Oh
you were
my
in your own
God.
game.
It's a hardcore game.
Yes, I really did.
Oh.
Darkness Totems. Josh Journey Darkness Totems. Let's Play Curling.
Oh, okay.
Maze Blaze. Memory, the original matching game from Ravensburger, which is the puzzle people, right?
Yes.
Nier Automata, the end of Uhura edition. No Man's Sky. Overwatch 2. I hear that's free to play now.
Free to play. Good luck getting in there and playing though.
Why? Glitching?
No, they got hit with a DDoS attack on launch day because some assholes were like, being a wiener about the internet, so they brought the game down so people couldn't even get it into play, and it happened on through the next day. I believe they implemented updates last night at 9 o'clock. I don't know how it is today, but they have had a very rough launch.
Somebody's watching over Overwatch, am I right?
You did it.
Poker World, Casino Game, Proteus. Let's talk more about that. Did you watch the trailer for it? No. Super Jaeger Bomb or Jagger Bomb. It's just a guy running around on a level that looks almost like a Smash Brothers level, collecting bombs, I suppose. I don't know. That's what it looks like. Tribe Explorer. Wizorb. What did you say about Wizorb? Go play it.
Tribute Games' first game, re-released for Switch. It's like Alleyway or Arkanoid, whichever you prefer.
Alleyway for Arkanoid.
So with enemies and magic and leveling up, and it's very fun. It's really good.
And Europa. Those are all the games coming out.
Ropa.
Is there a comment, Nicky Hoop?
Yeah, there is, from Karibo. I'm tempted to pick up No Man's Sky, Karibo says. Heard this Switch port is good, and the game in general is far better than when it launched.
Well, I have not played in a very long time. I have talked about this before. I was not happy with No Man's Sky at launch, which is not an unpopular opinion because many people weren't happy. But it's been 6 years. Hello Games has put in a ton of work.
6
Opinion of the
years.
game has changed greatly in the last 4 years onward because Hello Games finally started making it the game they said it was going to be. My understanding is now people really love it. On top of that, I have not played the Switch version, but my understanding from coverage I've seen is that the Switch version is yet another quote-unquote impossible Switch port done very well.
Possible.
So we get two of those in a week. Near Automata and No Man's Sky, two excellent Switch ports and two games that people said could never happen on Switch. So there you go.
When did you
Take that, deniers.
Have you been here for a little more than 6 years?
Just about, I believe.
Just about 6 years.
Because I feel like we were talking about No Man's Sky launching like last year or something. And it's in 6 years. That's crazy.
Been a long time. They really turned it around. It's one of the best examples of a game that didn't deliver upon launch its promise, but has far exceeded that since then.
I think Sean Murray recently made a comment saying that they would never do microtransactions either.
He also said that. You're right. And also so the Switch version still doesn't have a couple features compared to the other versions. And they were like, are those going to be added in an update? And he was like, I don't like to get into saying what will or won't happen in the future because he doesn't want to relive that nightmare again. So he's like, we're going to do this now. We're going to see what players want, and then we will take it from there. So, completely change how he handled everything. Complete turnaround. Good for that's what you want from a company.
Who's this?
You don't want to see them.
Sean
Murray
from
is the
Hello
president
Games.
of Hello Games or the CEO, whatever. You don't want to see a company have issues with a game at launch like they did, but you do want to see a company turn around, say we were wrong, and work
I appreciated
effortlessly to turn things around. And another huge point: everything that's come out in the last 6 years has been free. So
Yeah, that's
what
what
you want.
gets me versus the CD Projekt Red thing because
exactly.
they have not apologized for that and refuse to. They never will.
But
And
what
in
did they
fact,
do?
They're doubling down.
Yes.
They're like basically they fixed a little bit of stuff, but nothing to the point that really was going to get it to where they promised the game would be. And then they announced that there's going to be a PS5 version that doesn't support the old version, or there's going to be new content for the PS5.
So you didn't hear the other stuff then? They also announced more new Cyberpunk games now.
Oh my god. Are they going to finish those before they release them? Or
Well,
probably not? I guess they don't have
and
to.
they
right?
have the anime now too, right? Like
Well, the anime's been helping them
anime
sell the game,
has been
even
but they
more.
never actually fixed the game.
They have done some stuff to fix it, but it is not. It's the same situation with No Man's Sky. It's nowhere near what they promised and said it would be. Will it ever be? I have no idea. But
And don't even get me
that
started on Milo.
That
am I
anime
right?
is a godsend because apparently the anime is fantastic. I haven't watched it yet, and it's my favorite studio, and I really want to watch it. I just haven't watched it yet. But that anime, when it launched, has been extremely popular, and it shot the player base up really high. Like their Steam numbers went huge a few days after the anime came
So
out.
it has to be much more playable than it was.
Look, it's playable. It's just they were like, it's going to have this, it's going to have that. The cops are going to act like this, and like you can't get arrested in that game. Like you can't get the cops to show up.
Not even now.
I now I don't think
I
you
don't know.
even can, to be honest. And I go on the Reddit, like the Reddit, and I look around every once in a while and for like cyberpunk stuff, because I was waiting for them to like be like, just kidding, we're doing good faith stuff now, you know, but like, and it doesn't matter because you read the comments and everyone's like, it's not as bad as everyone says. It doesn't glitch out on me at all. It's like, okay, good for you, but it glitched out a heck of a lot on me, and I was running it on a PlayStation 5. So
yeah,
for me, like, I can play a glitchy game. I mean, you heard me talk about Skyrim for four weeks in a row, but like,
well, you put in a lot of hours on whatever that game is called. I can't remember now.
Cyberpunk?
Yes.
Yeah, I put in like maybe 40 or 50 hours in that game, even in the glitchy state that it was in. And
20 of those hours I was waiting for it to reload.
Well, for me, it was just like the world didn't feel real. You know, they promised all this great interactive, immersive stuff about the world, and it wasn't like that at all. That was what got me. I mean, yeah, the glitches, they stink, but like those can be fixed easier. And, you know, they didn't really, there were some game breaking ones, but hopefully they fix that stuff, you know, but it's not like they're going to redo the whole game and make it so when I cause crimes, the cops actually come after me, and they make it like a real thing. You know, it really didn't feel like a lived in world. You couldn't, once you picked what you looked like in the beginning, you couldn't go to like a plastic surgeon in the game and like switch that. And there's so many cool characters, like NPCs looked awesome, and you were like, how do I get to look like that? Oh, you can't change your haircut after, like things like that. So
just got to be happy with who you are. You got to love yourself.
Well,
you are.
I agree with you. If they had just, and it's similar with No Man's Sky, if they had just released the game, like, and I played a lot of No Man's Sky, if they had just released No Man's Sky and didn't say, hey, it's going to have like giant whale creatures in the waters and stuff, like randomly, like, because I had my fun with that game, you know, but if you're expecting something else and they come in way short of that mark, then that's what makes them look so bad.
Yeah, they
what was that game, that racing game, The Crew or something, that was supposed to be like actually driving on like a real map of the United States, like every road is drivable, and that was not the case.
Yeah, I mean, it's the old it's the old Peter Molyneux situation. You're gonna plant this tree and watch it grow 50 years later, and your son will chop it down to make a house out of, and none of that happened.
He's great, that guy. I would love to like go around like in a wagon and buggy around like the South and like sell some sort of oils
Hey,
out of
Nikki
the
Hill,
back with him.
can you imagine? That's what that reminded me of.
I think about that often.
Did you ever hear that story?
Maybe.
Maybe.
What story is that?
We were living in the apartment, and I don't know what Raw Meat was doing. Probably updating
working.
or something.
Yeah,
makes sense.
Upstairs, and Nikki Hill and I were in the living room. You must have like slept over, because in my mind's eye, we're like
I
just
spent
like
a lot of time there.
in my mind's eye, we're just like
Hanging out.
comfortable, like, you know, like scuzzed out on the couch,
I was
whatever.
probably busy avoiding reality somehow, hanging out with friends.
And what was it? Cowboys and Aliens was on. And Raw Meat came downstairs to us having a very serious, like, we weren't joking. It was like, can you imagine like living in
the movie, they're living out in the old West, the Wild West,
if you will.
And you know, there's no like moving lights ever in the sky. There's stars. There's no planes that you see. There's no anything. And there's like this spaceship, like these lights that just kind of appear and then disappear. And the cowboys are like, huh. And Mom Brain and I looked at each other, but like at the exact same time, we were like, could you imagine? Yeah, I know, right?
Because it's
And
probably
Rami-
two of the most like emotionally porous, like empathetic, codependent people on the planet watching this, and like, we're there. We are scared to death. We've never seen lights before. We're riding our horses. Our worlds have been rocked. Like, it was It was a moment. And
Was
Raw
a hell of
Meat-
a documentary.
And Raw Meat is just like he couldn't stop laughing at us.
He was just like, man, you two sound like you sound like my parents right now.
You guys are
Great.
crazy.
It was
I'm going
great.
to watch grown men wrestle in a ring.
Like in the middle of our apartment,
Finally,
it's
something
like
that makes
Pee Wee's Playhouse. Like
I'm gonna go watch a man wrestle a dead guy who's been killed hundreds of times. and keeps
Listen,
coming
I
back to
just
life.
it was funny and it's still
Rummy, didn't your dad really like that movie?
he did. He did. He's a weird guy too.
you know, my
All right.
grandfather my grandfather lives for a Western.
Hey, careful.
Louis L'Amour books. Did he used to read those?
I don't know, but if he didn't, I will have to find them for. Well, although he doesn't read so much anymore. Anyway, so his favorite thing, always for my whole life, I'm gonna go turn on the television and watch myself one of my shovel westerns. It is always, it's never just a western; it's a shovel western. And now he finds shovel westerns on the YouTube.
Oh,
They got everything there.
That's where the shoveliest of westerns
Yep.
go.
I'm like, he's probably not even watching them in English. Like, who knows? Who knows?
It's totally cool.
We got our Japanese hardware software sales for September
Hey,
2022.
quick question: did anybody contact you about removing that story, which has like the same character model as the one that you had to remove, and then another character model?
That story. No, they did not. They sent me specific links.
Yeah.
I did what I was asked. Anyway, top 30 software in Japan. This is all systems, everybody. Obviously, Switch included. This is retail only,
Focus all
people.
attacks.
Retail only. Top 30 in Japan for September. Go.
E-ring Elden R.
I don't know if Japan cares.
Oh,
about that
Japan.
game.
Oh shoot.
I don't see it
It's,
on here.
Mario Kart, Animal
Splatoon.
Crossing. Oh yeah.
Splatoon is number 1. Yes. Oh, that thing keeps falling. Oh.
That was weird
Did
because
you-
I thought that was me. I was
You
doing
like-
a weird
yeah.
witch
Did you
thing.
get up and turn the light on out there?
She can
Outside?
do it.
No, in the
The
Oh, I did.
dining room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Rami
Dining
turns it off
room.
with the pull thing, and then I can't reach
Because
them.
I
light.
can't turn it off the
Lights
other
are
way.
turning
Oh,
on.
'cause the Echo
Posters are
doesn't
falling
listen,
down.
Right.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe
ghost.
is on here. Animal Crossing is yes, number 12. Mario Kart's number 3, by the way. Minecraft is number 4.
Lego Star Wars.
I don't see it. No. I don't see it.
Kirby and the Forgotten Realms.
Number 6, yes. Very good. I'll take one more.
Mario.
Mario what?
Soccer?
You know, I
Strikers?
You know.
Strikers, yeah. Yeah, Strikers.
MLB. Or the show.
That would be the same thing. It'll be the show.
Yeah.
No, Strikers is not on here, guys.
Monster Hunter Rise.
Hey, here we go. Monster Hunter's probably on here somewhere. Monster Hunter Rise, yes, number 11.
Of course it is.
All right, your top 30. You guys missed number 2, Dragon Quest X. You
that.
You missed number 5, Nintendo Switch Sports. You missed number 7, Ring Fit Adventure. Number 8,
Oh, man, I should have thought of that.
Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival, which just launched here. You missed number 9, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All Star Battle R, which is also available here. Number 10 is Smash
How
Brothers.
did we miss that?
And then, listen, you guys are not dialed in. You don't know
JoJo's
JoJo.
Mango
That
JoJo's.
JoJo is so. I mean, JoJo's been around forever, but that JoJo's so hot right now. We're not talking about Siwa. We're talking about Bizarre.
We're not
I
talking
didn't
about
even know there was
cookies.
a video game.
Yeah, there's multiple games. This is actually a re-release of an
Well, I
older
didn't
JoJo
know
game.
That. Sorry.
Now you know. Switch
Now
hardware
you do.
number 1,
Now you
obviously.
do.
Switch is the best selling. Switch is the best selling, followed by Switch Lite, followed by Switch OLED, then PS5, then PS5 Digital Edition, then Xbox Series X, then Xbox Series S. Top publisher of the month, Nintendo. Sold 3 million units. Second top publisher of Japan in September is Square Enix. To put things in perspective, number 1 publisher in Japan for September, Nintendo, 3 million units sold. Number 2 publisher, Square Enix, 279,000 units sold. They're number 2. And Bandai Namco rounds out the top 3. Bandai Namco.
I thought you were going to say Bandai Namco.
Kurbo says Splatoon still killing it in the charts. Oh yeah, it's number 1 here too. What will take it down? not Bayonetta. Yeah, not Mario plus Mario plus Rabbids. It might take in the States. Mario plus Rabbids might dethrone Splatoon 3. Not in Japan. Trying to think of what else is coming out. Obviously, when Pokemon comes out, that'll take number 1. But anyway, moving on.
Number 1 and 2.
You're right. You're right. Unless they're counted as one SKU.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is a PSA for you guys. Just telling you now, be safe. If you're on Splatoon 3 and you're walking around the plaza and you see that people have QR codes in their profiles or their speech bubbles, do not scan them. Yes, sometimes they take you to fun stuff, or yes, sometimes you get rickrolled, and that's funny too. But other times people take you to things that try and steal your money or your identity and all that. So don't do them. Is Nintendo going to stop allowing QR codes? We don't know.
So awful.
So please be careful. By the way, I used an example of a Splatoon 3 QR code in this post. I put a red X through it so your phone won't read it. I tested it myself to make sure your phone wouldn't read it. But if for some reason it does read it, don't worry, because I changed the QR code and it will take you to a Rickroll. But it should not work. You should be fine. So just be careful, guys. Don't scan them. I know you're curious. I know you want to see where it takes you, and I know some of them are funny, but it's not worth it. Currybo says, got to say that's an innovative way to be a jerk and trick someone into seeing something that they might not want to see. It's just good sense to not scan random QR codes in general. That is correct. I've been scanning QR codes like a madman this last month, but I know they're all safe because they've been tied to WWE stuff. So
safe.
Very quickly, guys, your next Switch Online N64 game is Pilot Wings 64. One of my favorites. If you haven't played that, it's a fantastic game. Really fun. Great soundtrack. Nintendo really leaned into the soundtrack with their promo trailer for this too, because they played one of the sexiest songs in the game, and the narrator is very sexy as well. I've never seen Nintendo do something like this.
Oh my.
Do you ever find yourself thinking,
Yeah.
I wish I had a jetpack rocking down?
It's like an Arby's commercial.
That sounds like that sounds
We
like the
have
voice
the
actor
meats.
from Bayonetta. Did you say that?
It does sound like him. You're right. I wonder if it is.
No.
Good question.
I'm-
Or a good
Same.
observation.
Good observation.
So yeah, that's coming out October 13th, everybody. Remember, you need to be a Switch Online expansion pack member, just like my good friend Nikki Hill and my good friend Do and my good friend me.
October 13th.
I
October
don't
13th.
use it ever though.
MeReal says, what happened to our September N64 game, Nintendo? It's true, Nintendo did say one was coming in September, but it got bumped to October 13th, and it's Pilot Wings, so it's worth the wait. And then finally, the second Splatfest for Splatoon 3 has been announced, and boy, oh boy, is it going to be one to get people out there. Forget Team Fun versus Team Grub versus Team Gear.
Already
We are now
forgotten.
doing a Pokemon-themed Splatfest. Which Pokemon do you prefer? Grass type versus fire type
Fart
versus
giraffe.
water type. It is November 11th, 2022. Obviously, you'll be able to vote before then. You'll get your team shirt. So stake your allegiance. No. Well, actually, Nintendo NY will be offering real-life versions of these Splatfest shirts exclusively. Can't buy them online. So, yep. But yes. So it'll be Team Grass versus Team Fire versus Team Water. I know everyone will have strong opinions on this one. D says hi, says no Spooky Fest this time. No, they're not going with an October Halloween-ish theme. They're going with a Pokemon game is coming out theme.
Yeah.
But yes,
Give us more money
the
theme.
type is certainly a hotly debated topic in the Pokemon world. I am and will die for Team Grass. Always start with Team Grass in my Pokemon games.
I never knew that about you.
Yep, Bulbasaur, baby, from day one, and I stayed Grass ever since then. Always start with the Grass one.
I mean, that's very
Careful.
raw meat, right? To just
Pick
that's
one
it.
and go with it.
Well,
My
look at me.
allegiance
Exactly.
is to
Look at
Team
me.
Grass. It's
You
all-
picked one and you went with it.
It's listen. Back in the day when I played Pokemon Red, I went with Bulbasaur.
Am I your
forced-
Bulbasaur?
Yes, I brute forced my way through that entire game
You sure did.
with Bulbasaur.
Okay.
Is that how you're supposed to do it? No. but
it worked.
son of a bitch, me and Bulbasaur rode it through to the end.
Mhm.
And every game after that, to show my appreciation for Bulbasaur and Team Grass, I went with the grass starter.
Mhm.
That's the way to do it.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Great. No,
What?
it's great. You're the best, and I love hearing you talk about this stuff. I really do.
Team Grass all the way. I'm sure the chat has their allegiances, and I'm sure they hate Team Grass, but
Somebody said Team Grass in there.
Team Grass or S.
I think it's funny that you've never smoked weed in your life and you love Team Grass.
I haven't smoked weed, but I got nothing. I was trying to think of a joke. There's nothing. I don't like going outside. I don't like mowing the lawn.
I haven't smoked weed, but I do play for speed.
That's it.
Now that you've drank it, you'll be real fast.
You don't like to mow the lawn?
The riding mower is fine. The push mower sucks.
I love mowing the lawn.
I love.
If you had Bulbasaur to help you out, you'd get that lawn done in 2 seconds.
He'd whine,
or he wouldn't want to cut grass, right? Because he's a grass type.
He'd feel every blade being cut.
Oh man!
I was originally going to say he'd
Terrible.
vine whip the grass for you, but yeah, he would probably be like, "My people, you're killing my people."
Oh.
Peephole.
My people. All right, Mom Brain, what have you been playing?
I think I did play a little Beacon Pines, but I stopped. I had a really busy week this week. I don't
So nothing.
tell you why, but no, just a little bit of Beacon Pines, and I'm still very much enjoying it.
Anastasia Beaverhazen, forever one of my favorite gifts on the internet.
Yes,
I
definitely.
will always love that gift. Kirby, what have you been playing?
I played a few more levels of Thomas Was Alone.
I
that's
don't know
about
why
it.
I thought you were going to say Thomas, the Tank Engine, but Thomas Was Alone. I'm sure it's
you're
a better game.
obsessed with
Oh no,
trains.
Nope, I shouldn't have said anything. Not true.
Um,
I'm so
I just-
I'm so glad you're on this.
I just
I'm
love
so
that.
glad. I'm
Listen,
so
I
glad.
just love the theme song. Okay. Womp, 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 womp. It's a great song.
What I want is I want you to film yourself watching trains go by and put that filter on your face. That's what I want.
One day I'll do that for you. Your next birthday. I'm sorry, Kirby.
Like a
Thomas
cameo?
Was Alone.
That'd be
Thomas Was
awesome.
Alone. I'm only on like the 3rd level, so yeah,
Oh.
not very far.
Not much to say. Then.
Yeah. That's all I played.
Nikki Hill, what have you been playing?
Solitaire. Believe it or not.
I do believe it.
What game is that
I
solitaire
do believe it. Sea House G's.
Clubhouse Games. Yeah. See House G's. What is it?
See House G's.
Club H Games.
30. What is it?
It's
I don't remember
solitaire
what
and
it's
50
called.
other games.
Yeah.
Are you still thinking about Mario's ass?
Yeah. And then I played
Like to get
and
an app
finished
plumber's
Limbo because I had bought that a year and a half ago.
What was that? I'm sorry.
Have
I
you
was,
ever had you
Limbo.
beaten Limbo? ever
Limbo.
before?
I did play it before.
Limbo was in the top 30 on the Switch eShop as of last night. You know what was number 3? Inside.
It's actually
They must have a
not
sale
that,
going
It's not
on.
like it's not really like that
Yeah, I did
spooky.
see
It's
that Inside was
moody,
on sale.
but it's not
Moody.
really like spooky.
Limbo's spooky. It's got a couple big spiders in there.
Yeah, I think the spider was like the spookiest part. Well, and also that part
It's brutal though.
where you
sure.
see like all the other kids that are like
Yeah.
trying to kill you.
This is me walking into Halloween. What's it called? What's the name of that building?
Spirit Halloween.
This is me walking into Spirit Halloween to take a spooky dookie. Look it up. It's a trend.
Look it up.
It's an internet trend.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry.
Have you
And-
played
Yes.
the other one?
Inside, yes. Here, I fell asleep playing it. I was
Did
straight up sitting in the chair playing it, and I fell asleep, and I opened my eyes, and I was like standing in a pit, and I was like,
this story
How'd I get there?
sounds so unbelievable, but I can 100% verify it. I was there.
I
It was
was
amazing.
fighting to play the game.
I was looking
Like,
at
I
the
was really
TV
trying.
and not him, and the character stopped moving, and I was like, I guess he's thinking about something. I looked over and he was gone. Did Limbo give you a limboner?
No, not this time.
Did it give you a labia?
limp.
Oh,
Labio!
So I played that,
None of your
and then
business.
I
It's my
and
favorite
then-
Harry Potter
and then I
spell.
was like, you know,
Limbo, Labio!
I'm pretty sure I downloaded some other
Wingardium
games
Leviosa.
at the same time.
Sorry, Nikhil. Sorry. Leviosa.
Whoa! I'd love to see Colonel try to draw that.
Yeah, right. That's a Patreon exclusive image. Sorry, Nikhil.
No, I'm trying to think of how you can tie it to Alohomora because that opens it up.
Jesus.
Awugamora.
Getting a little gross.
That's too
Just
far.
kidding.
Yeah, right. Whoa, Nikhil, taking it too far there.
It's like a child's
Le-
book.
Lebiaomora.
happened?
And I started playing, but I haven't finished playing Carrion.
First time starting it?
Yeah.
Ooh, how you liking it? That's a spooky. Well, a monster.
It's not really spooky,
movie-ish.
but it's a
'Cause
it's a
you're the
reverse
spooky thing.
it's a reverse
Yeah.
horror game, and I really like it. It controls real weird, but
I had difficulty controlling.
it's
that
like
game.
real floaty, and like when you get bigger, you can't even go where you want to go because your body mass is too big, and like you like before you can get to where you want to go, you're already past where you want to go, and like you can't fit that way. But I do enjoy it. The only thing I don't enjoy is there's no map, and I don't know how to get around anywhere. Like I know there's things that I need to get, and I don't know what to do. I keep ending up in the same places. So,
Yeah,
Where
I
is
had
that?
trouble with that game as well.
but
We're not, kings of the video games like this challenge head over here.
but there's something about
How dare you? A challenge head?
Devolver Digital, is it, or Digital Devolver? Devolver Digital.
Yeah, Devolver.
They support and distribute games that are just like
Them-
fun to play.
Them and Annapurna.
Like
Excellent.
it kept bringing me back to playing my friend Pedro. It's like I'm just this giant tentacly mass like running around, but like there's moments where you feel like a real badass.
Yep.
And then there's other
Like when you're gobbling up scientists,
yeah.
throwing them against a wall.
And there's a lot of female scientists in there too, so I like the inclusion.
Very progressive game. That's terrible. Is that it?
Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
What have you been doing?
I've been playing nothing but video games.
Oh,
wait.
tell me about them. All right.
Are we playing other things?
Yeah, right.
I've been playing
board
with my
games,
G.I. Joes.
board games, card games,
Yeah, I guess there's other games. Only video for me. Thank
mind
you very
games.
much. So I also played a little Sea House G's this week, or
Mancala?
as I call it, Mancala and 50 other games. Just a little time waster. It's always fun to go back and do that.
Tell me about it.
Sure, why not?
All right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. I beat 4 games this week. Yep.
I hope
Did you
one of
start
them
all
is
4
the
of
one
them
I
this
want it
week?
to be.
Only one of them was not started this week.
But I still applaud you for that. But
Thank you. Yeah.
so you
I
picked them up?
really am hoping one is what I think it's going to
The
be.
force is strong with this one.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you
So,
underestimate. Oh.
so I downloaded Zuma's Revenge on Games Pass. If anyone's ever heard of the Zuma game, it's like a
Is that dancing workout that
no,
Oh,
it's like
Marble Frog.
yeah, you just shoot
Oh, that-
marbles out of your
yeah.
mouth. and
That's
it's
what I
like
was
a-
thinking of.
Yeah, it's like one of those time wasting games.
So
and-
lots of little Mancala is not really marbles, but like a little rock games.
Well, I was into I don't know what it was. There was a day or two where I just wanted to just fucking.
Whoa!
Sorry about that. That
Sorry
was
we got
yeah.
there.
That was.
I got it. I got it.
Forgive me, man.
Wow.
embarrassing.
Well, now we know Zuma really gets you fired up.
I was. Forgive me for that.
That's
That was
great.
so inappropriate.
That's
I don't know
great.
why I said that. I've been really good at not cursing, and
Because you like Zuma.
I got excited about beating 4 games that I wanted to talk about. I think is what it was. But so I don't know why I decided to play these games. Nice,
Perfect gift,
as
Malak
quick
Halo.
as you
Perfect
can get,
gift.
as quick as you can get.
That's funny.
I I don't want any damn vegetables. So yeah, but Zuma's Revenge, if you like those kinds of silly games, it was fun and it worked out great.
That was like when Xbox 360 first,
Yes.
like the shop went online. That game, you could get that game, I think, for free if you had an Xbox Live subscription.
That's where I played the first one on the 360, and then I saw that they had that one and the Zumas.
Does it
Great
feel as
honest
good?
answer.
Is it like it's almost like an ASMR thing where like the knocking of those pebbles is like
It's very addictive and
Yeah.
it feels great to the sounds that go along with it and all that stuff is great. So I had my fun with that, and there is an ending. I never thought there was an ending to a game like that, but there is.
their story.
I mean, not really, but yes. Basically, I was a frog statue that wanted to. I guess I was a real frog because I saved a real frog lady at the end, and then at the end, I swear to God, it said, and this isn't a spoil. I guess it is a spoiler, but it just said it's tadpole time, and I was like, all right, okay, let's.
Sure, why not?
But then the credits rolled, so I didn't get to see the tadpole time. So I don't know.
Well,
Tentpole time is more like what I had. going.
congratulations!
Whoa!
Congratulations, you finally got Ribbit that game.
Thank you. So I also I spoke about this game last week. I beat Neon White this week. Neon White was a lot of fun.
Reach for the heavens.
Neon White. So that's what the menu sounds. It doesn't sound anything like that. In my head, it sounds like that. And I left RMC a voice message this week that just said Neon White.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's going to love this. He's going to know exactly what I'm talking about. And he gets back and he's just like, what about it?
Come on, I didn't
But
say that, but
You said, what about it? Because in your defense, it sounds nothing like what I thought it sounded like, which was the menu. Anyways, that's besides the point. Don't play Neon White for the menu. Play it for the game. The game is really, really fun. I enjoyed it. I can't think of too many criticisms about it. I ended up liking the story, and I was cool. I got used to like the art style, and like I was saying last week, it's not the most visually impressive game, but once you get into it a little bit, you find out that everything's very deliberate. Like it's very deliberately made that way. And I don't mean that to sound bad. I mean it to sound like good, like kind of like
it
it's
has an aesthetic it's going for, and that's it.
yeah, but it's really, really fun. I recommend Neon White. It's just dang fun. I played and I beat a game called The Suicide of Rachel Foster.
Oh, congratulations.
This week. It was okay. I was looking for that. It was exactly what I was looking for as far as that type of game, walking simulators, I guess what they're calling it. So it's a very similar realm as Gone Home or that other one with the
Edith Finch.
Like along those lines. So you play a young woman who goes to like an isolated Shining type hotel that your family owns. After your parents pass away, and then you kind of, as you're going through the hotel, getting ready to like get rid of it and sell it, like you discover things about her past and her family's past.
Is it more
stuff.
game like? Because Edith Finch, you like experience it. There's not a whole lot of like gaming. I feel like there's a couple little puzzles or whatever, but Gone Home was more game.
You think so? If that's what you think, this is more like Gone Home then.
Because Gone Home, like you get something from one part of the house and then go take it another part of. I never finished.
I gotta go home.
Yeah, this one, it was a little disappointing when putting it up against some of those games that I really love. Like Firewatch is a great example of like this genre done almost perfectly, and in this game, there's a walkie-talkie type feature where you're talking to somebody, and it helps advance the story, but the dialogue is not nearly as good or as natural as in Firewatch, and that's what stands out. It's like this dialogue is like pretty bad and like pretty cheesy, and it's tough to like the characters. Like the woman you're playing is kind of like not even that likable at first either, so it was tough for me to kind of get into it. And I found that one of the things I love about a Gone Home or an Edith Finch especially was the story that's told through looking around, whereas like you walk into a room and you're like, I know this person that lived in this room because everything is so particular. There's something about the hotel. The design of the hotel is great in this game. But there's something about it doesn't feel real in that sense. And you're only supposed to be there for one night, but like a snowstorm hits and you end up being there for like 10 days and like almost nothing changes between day to day. Like you'd think if you were alone in this isolated hotel for 10 days, you'd like straighten something up or do something here or so, like
well,
every
you didn't.
day.
You're the one controlling the character.
It's true. Yeah. It's my fault. But like you think things would be different, and only once does it load up, and then there's like a Christmas tree that she put up or something. But other than that,
did she get that?
She found it in storage somewhere. But like I love the hotel. I love
it.
I loved like the story was interesting enough to like get me through to the end. It was another freaking downer like that Inmost, and this one is so trigger warning. I mean, it's in the title. Like if you have any triggers, do not play this game at all. I promise you. I don't know. I would say overall it was worth a play. I wouldn't pay money for it again and do it. And there's plenty other games in this genre that are really, really great. So it's tough to recommend, but like I wanted to play it, and I have to admit, as like the very, very ending, as like maybe cliche or whatever as it was, I kind of liked it, and that's all I'm gonna say about that.
So the problem is, it's not a bad game. It's just the bar is set so high with other games in this genre.
If I played this before I got into walking simulators, I probably would have been like, you know what, this is like really interesting and great, but like it's just not quite there. And especially, like I said, with the walkie-talkie element, I mean, Firewatch is so engaging with those two characters and the actors that play them, and the dialogue is perfect, and it doesn't seem awkward or strained or bad writing unless it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Whereas, like in this game, it's just like two people would never talk like this. Like,
I never remember a moment in Firewatch where there was a conversation or anything that took me out of it, where I was like, that's a little weird. But yes, I know what you mean.
So, decent walking simulator game, had a pretty interesting ending that I didn't think, a game would do, or give you the option to do. And, but yeah, I mean, there's better ones. But it was kind of what I was looking for. And it's, it's that time of year. I wanted something a little spooky. This one, I would say it's not spooky.
I was looking for something spooky. This is not spooky.
It's not spooky, but there's, a couple of parts that you could spook yourself if you really wanted to. I'm just way too cool.
Gotcha. Spooked you.
Yeah, I think
you underestimate the power of the dark side.
And then finally, the fourth game that I played and beat this week was a game called Backbone.
You played it and beat it. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. This was also on Xbox Games Pass. It's a 2D pixelated, but like really looks awesome. Game. You play it's a world where like animals are like kind of
Kufu.
Humans. They wear clothes and they talk and stuff. So you play a raccoon private detective that starts an investigation for this lady looking into her husband to see if he's cheating, and it leads to a gigantic mystery that like spans the entire world that you live in. So the story is really, really intriguing and well done. The dialogue's great. And that's what kind of pulls you through it.
Is it voiced or not?
The version I have is not, but I heard.
That's fine.
I think that a new version came out. I don't know if the Switch version has voice acting, but I think a version does have voices. This version has no voices. It's not necessary, but I'd have to say it'd be nice if they had like one sentence for each person. You know what I mean? Like when you first talk to them and it's like an actual person talking, and then you could read the rest, because there's just something very, very quiet about the game. It doesn't take away from anything really, but like it would be nice to have a little bit of voice acting. It's actually a game that I tried to play a couple of times over the past maybe 6 months, and I just never could get into it. I wasn't in the right frame of mind, I think, to play it. My patience level was up a little bit more this time around, and like I said, it looks awesome. The story is very, very intriguing.
Seems like there just isn't voice acting.
Yeah, I guess there's not voice acting. I mean, there wasn't when I played through it, but yeah, I mean, that would be my one criticism of that part of it. I didn't really care for let's say the last third of the game. Like, I was really into it until like something crazy happens in the story, and then, to be honest, it lost me. Not just convoluted wise, but just like wondering why they made the decisions that they did. And then when it ends, you almost feel like, oh well, they're just going to have a sequel. They have to. There's no way you could just end it like right here, because I'm sure people will be upset. And I looked online, and I don't think there's a sequel planned.
Well, the game didn't sell well, so I'm sure there would have been a sequel, and they have more plans for the story. But yeah, they were struggling to get people to play it, which hurts me a lot, because I look at that kind of game. I'm like, this is the kind of stuff games can do. Like, this looks cool. It's great. I hope people pay attention to it, and they don't. But and then it went to Game Pass, and I say that just kills any chance of it getting anything afterwards, because people wouldn't get it. People wouldn't play it before, and now they can get it for free and still won't play it. So why the hell would they buy a sequel? So
well, that makes sense. But yeah, I don't know. I recommend the game. It's fun to play through if you like that kind of stuff. There's no action. It's literally all story, but the story is interesting, and you really want to get to the bottom of the mystery. It's like done well, but like I said, in my opinion, they kind of like screwed up the ending.
Since it's a game with animals and you feel the ending screwed up, would you say that it screwed the pooch?
Yes.
Is there a pooch in this game? Are there multiple pooches?
Yeah, that's one thing that I liked about the game too, was like the order, like the class system of their society was kind of like like the laws of the jungle. Like the apes and big cats were like the kings of the land, the big wigs, and like the mob boss was a polar bear, and I was you play as a raccoon, and like when he's in the slums, he's like slumming it with
I was gonna say, you're the scum.
Like rats and mice and like other kind of like animals like that, and your best friend's like an otter or like a big woodchuck or something, and like your love interest. You're not a love interest, but there's a character in it that helps you out. There's a fox. And, So no, it's really there's so much to like about the game. I'm not. The game is so good that like the crappy ending doesn't even ruin it for me. Like I would never say don't play it. Whereas like, the Rachel Foster game is kind of like, I'm not necessarily recommending that. But this, like, even with the bad ending, I thought it was like there was like a lot of cool stuff, and the art style and the music is really great.
Well, like I said to you, I've been wanting to play it for a long time, and I have it on my Xbox. I just haven't played it yet.
I think you'd like it.
Then I saw a TikTok this week about somebody trying to get people to play it. And then I found out you were playing it. I was like, he must have seen the TikTok, but you just you downloaded it a long time ago through Game Pass.
Classic do fashion. I downloaded it thinking it looked cool just from the picture on Games Pass. I'd never heard of it, and I tried to play it. Like I said, I tried to play it 2 separate times and couldn't even get past the first screen. And it was like, what is this? Like, this is crap. And I couldn't tell you why I went back a third time and tried it,
but
and it stuck. So I'm always saying not yet as a joke. I guess it was true.
It's true.
I guess it was true.
Is that it?
I mean, as far as everything I
Is
played.
that it? He beat 4 games.
Come on, what more do you want from me?
I was making sure before we moved on.
I'm worried that I don't have anything to play this week. Now I don't know.
Go
what to do.
finish Live Alive this week.
I'm really worried. I have nothing to play this week. I don't know what to play.
It's over.
Yeah, it's over. Oh, come on, it's been a month. It's not. What am I going to do? Grind and play the last boss?
Do the old Skyrim and go back to it in 10 years.
No, yeah, maybe.
Not yet.
Maybe.
What'd you play, Robbie?
Oh, thanks, Small Brain. I played Fortnite again. And we had some good nights and we had some bad nights, but we had a lot of fun. And then the only other thing I played this week was Tunic. I'm still playing Tunic. I'm taking my sweet old time with Tunic because I think I loved the game more this week than I did last week. And last week I loved it.
Last
Man.
week, yeah, you said it's already one of your favorite games
so
ever. So
good. It's so good. Though it's so magical and it's so mysterious and it's so awe-inspiring. Well, that's the thing. So I don't know if the I don't know what the general opinion is, but I find the bosses to be quite challenging. And the boss I fought this week was in a library. You fight on the roof of a library. It's pretty
Library.
cool.
Gotta be quiet.
Well, that's why we're on the roof, so we could get loud. But I spent, I'm gonna say, almost 2 hours trying to beat this boss, and I did it. I finally beat it. Now, the whole time I could have just turned the difficulty down, but I was like, I'm not doing it. That's not how I play games. So I kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it, kept doing it, and of course, in weird fashion that seems to always happen with me, I beat the boss barely. I had one more hit and I would have been dead. I had no more potions to use, so it was by the skin of my teeth. But also, I beat the boss like by the time I got halfway through the boss fight, because you can see their health bar, their health was halfway gone. So I had a whole nother half a bar to go. And at that point in his health bar, I only had one hit left. And I was like, well, I'm not doing it this time. So I think I just like internally, like, the pressure's off because I'm like, forget it. This one's done. And then it keeps going. And then I get to like
Flawless
a little
victory.
sliver of their health left. And I'm like,
Then you start to freak out again.
I'm like, oh, and he starts like moving towards me. I'm like, get away from me. But I managed to beat him. And it was very
Now
satisfying.
you know what
But
it feels like to be the rest of us all
now
the time.
I am
That's not even when I'm playing video games.
there's so many mysteries and I just love it so much. And I got to a portion in the game where like it's giving me a considerable piece of like of the puzzle as far as story goes. I was like, oh my god, this has been happening this whole time. This is crazy.
Did it kind of clue you into anything that was in that package you got?
Maybe. No. Everything in there. I still don't know how to open those doors that I was talking about last week. But there's things that I've been seeing in the game this whole time that I was just like, it's a set piece. And I'm like, oh, these things mean this now. So it's something else I understand. But it's so good. I don't even know what else to say about it.
Tony
It's
De La
so
Mancha
great.
says Raw Meat Cowboy evolved into Raw Meat Cow King.
I
Maybe
did.
he's even like Bull King.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
not Raw Meat Cowboy.
Well, my
He's
dad
he's
has always called me Bull Boy
Seared Meat Bull King.
as a nickname. So maybe I'm.
Seared
Yes,
Yeah.
since I was a little kid,
did
called
you like
me
ram
Bull
your head
Boy.
into the wall a lot
Well,
or
he
something?
is like a little bull.
Maybe he called me Ball Boy because I was a little fat ball boy.
Listen, you're
You're my bull boy.
What?
you're a bull boy. Like there's just
Okay.
really nothing delicate. You don't do delicate things. You don't do
heart,
things
My
delicately.
heart, my soul.
Yes, you don't. But you don't do anything delicately.
I'll
Everything
gore you. I do things
I'll gore
delicately.
you
I
with my
pet
horns. How
cats
dare you call
and
me Bull
dogs
Boy.
delicately.
That's true.
I
That's
club them
true.
beneath their bones.
But
That's true.
yes, I'm loving Tunic. I don't know how much more I have to go.
What was it you told me about my hands? What are they?
That's
It's
what they
just
are.
like the way your hands feel. They're
The game is great. I love it. I love
He
it.
has-
It's one of
he
my
has
favorite
mitts.
games ever. I can't get enough. I'm worried. There's so much more I don't understand, but I'm worried I'm getting close to the end. So many secrets. It's the
Just
best
do
game
what I
in the
do.
world. for
Stop
me.
playing and never play
It's
again.
best game in the world for me.
Then you never have to end it.
Secrets and mysteries.
Now let's get the questions. Send your questions to goninpod@gmail.com.
Where?
Goninpod@gmail.com. They can be about Nintendo, video games in general, or wherever the hell you want. This week's question comes from Clara. Hey, Go Nintendo Pod
Who
crew.
the hell is Clara?
I am thinking of buying a Nintendo Switch. I played video games as a kid on the PS2 and Xbox. This is amazing. They're listening to the Go Nintendo podcast and they don't have a Switch. Any advice regarding the Switch? Which game should I buy first? Well, I hope you get a Switch because, yeah, it's a great system. What should you buy
Breath
first?
of the Wild, #1.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Start off with Breath. I mean, I need to know what kind of gamer you are, but yeah, Breath of the Wild. I mean,
Maybe Mario Kart.
any first Super Mario Odyssey, Splatoon
Animal
3. I don't know
Crossing?
if you're online. Yeah, any of the first. I mean, this is silly. Like it's Nintendo, so buy first party stuff. I'm trying to think of like There's just so much on the Switch. I mean, it's a loaded question. If you're
Grease.
Grease
spelled
is a great
GRIS.
game. Yeah.
I'd say
Hades.
Hades is a great
I'd say
game.
look through any lists of indie games, because the indie games that are available on there are
Limbo, Inside,
SteamWorld Dig.
SteamWorld Dig, SteamWorld Dig 2, SteamWorld Heist, SteamWorld whatever the other one is.
Is
Ori.
Heist considered the second best? Like Dig's the favorite, right? And then Heist is probably everyone's second favorite. Or...
You mean Dig, like the whole franchise Dig? Yeah, Dig is the most well-known one. Heist have you played Heist?
No, but it was on sale and I was like, this looks cool.
Heist is excellent.
the card
It's a
game.
completely different type of game,
That's why I didn't get it, because I was
but
like,
it's
different.
excellent. No, it's the turn-based
card battler game, I thought.
maybe it has cards in it. I don't remember. It's the turn-based ones. Are the cards moves?
I don't know. Yeah, I would think, but I haven't played it. I bought it and never played it.
I
And you
don't
played
know
it?
if yeah, Heist was amazing. Very, very good.
I played Dig and Dig 2. And I feel like there was
Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Ori
Or-
and
or
Blind Forest.
the Blind Forest being the first one.
Yeah, play the first
but-
one first.
What about,
Cuphead.
But they might
Ring
also
Fit?
be aware of it.
I feel like that would
well,
be
that's
a
what I'm
great,
saying. All first-party games. You can't
yeah,
go wrong
but
with any
that's
first-party games.
like an experience that you're only going to
Metroid
get
Dread.
on a Switch.
Ooh, Metroid
Well,
Dread's
that's
great.
first party. You're only
The
going to get
first
those on the
party.
Switch.
But I mean, like,
Luigi's Mansion.
the gameplay experience.
Well, any first-party game is not going to release on other systems, and Ring Fit is first
No,
party. But I understand you're
Like the
talking
dynamics.
exercise. But
Yeah.
there are exercise games on other systems.
Go to your local GameStop or wherever you buy games and ask them for their finest
Bone Storm.
copy of Kirby and the Forgotten Realms.
Yep. And when they give you lands, you say no. I said realms. Yeah, I mean, you got a whole lot to pick from. It's 5+ years of the Switch, so there's a great library there. Look what's popular on the eShop right now too. That'll give you
Possibly the greatest gaming system to ever grace our hands.
If you never
Good one.
played Portal or Portal 2, they're available now as well.
companion collection is available. That's very true.
If you like puzzle games.
We also have a Patreon, guys. Did you know that you could join the Patreon
For $1.
for $1? As
Where?
Billy says, sorry about your movie, Billy. I wish more people want to go see it.
Ooh,
Patreon.
he was dissing Sonic on Conan's podcast, by the way.
What, the Sonic movie or Sonic a character?
The Sonic, I guess the Sonic movie.
What did he say?
He was like, we've had 2 movies about a blue fast hedgehog, and we don't have any romantic movies about gay men yet.
That's exactly how he sounds too.
Well, okay. Yeah,
That
was him
didn't
spot
sound
on.
like him at all.
To be fair, Billy,
He was teasing.
it took Sonic literally,
He's a comedian.
what, 3 decades before he got his first movie? So
Yeah, but gay people have been around for at least 4 decades.
we had the Birdcage. Are we going to pretend like that's not
Oh my
a
God.
gay
Birdcage was
comedy?
great.
romantic comedy, Kevin.
Well, there's romance in the Birdcage.
Between straights.
Um,
Look, I see where he's coming from, but he was just teasing, and I was
yeah.
I was more just saying it to kind of rile you up.
well, mission accomplished. Patreon
the
question.
Birdcage was a remake, so that's 2 right there.
There you go.
Patreon question
They don't
comes
need any
from
more.
It wasn't a
Gecko
romantic
Kitsune.
comedy, though,
Hey,
was it?
podcast crew, how's it hanging? Josh, how's it hanging?
Hanging and
Hey,
banging.
Josh.
How's it banging?
A question just popped in my
That's
head.
none of your business.
I'd like your input on which game series is due for a compilation.
Huh.
It seems to be all the rage right now. We finally got a Ninja Turtles collection, the Mega Man Battle Network collection, and that's on the way, and yet another Sonic collection. What would you like to see next? I don't want to see them. Next.
Really?
You guys pick. Yeah, I don't want compilations.
I don't like that very much.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not down with compilations. I mean, I won't say I'm not down with them, but like, there's none that I can think of because I own most of the games that I'd want. Anyways, that I can think of, like for like every Resident Evil game or every. Well, I mean, what the heck does a guy like me like?
How about a Mario Party collection? Just throw them all on one box and there you go.
Isn't a Mario Party
Mario.
kind of like a Mario Party collection?
Marty O'Donnell. Huh?
Isn't a
What's
Mario
that, Devil's Advocate?
a Mario Party game is just like any other Mario Party.
He asked
game.
what collections. There's what, 12 Mario Party games? Put them all in one game for a collection.
You play one, you played them all. I don't
This
know.
guy doesn't know Mario Party at all.
No, I don't.
Jeez, the uproar about certain Mario Party games, and this guy's pretending like that doesn't even exist. People had a fit when you all rode in a car around together on the board. They were like, "What's this trash? Get this out of here! I want to be in a car with everybody. I want to
Ask-
fight everybody to death. I want to steal their stars. I want
Ask
to
me
run
a
them over."
question that I know something about.
Mario's ass. Tell me all about
Well, the real thing is that I don't know anything about anything. So
it.
no questions, please.
Compilations. What franchises have there been a lot of that would be worthy of putting into a compilation? How about
Metroid?
all the Final
You say
Fantasy
Metroid?
games in a compilation?
About all the Metroids.
Metal Gear.
All the Metroids, sure.
Not the first person ones, but all the side scrolling Metroids. There's a ton of them.
Where you got Metroid, you got
Earthbounds.
Metroid 2, you got
Fusion.
Super Metroid,
Zero.
you got Metroid Fusion, you got Zero Mission, you got Dread, you got
No, don't put Dread in there. We want to keep making our money with Dread.
Is that all of them?
You got them.
Is that all the 2D Metroids?
Is that it?
We did it.
Yeah.
Did it.
Yeah. Pokemon games. There's a whole bunch of those. Put them in a collection.
I want all the Intelligent Cube games.
Perfect. I'm just trying to think of things that would make sense to put in a collection that there's a lot of. Like, a Metroid collection, a 2D Metroid collection. I don't think
How
it makes a lot of
about
sense.
a compilation of all those hentai games that are available on the
Now, that's an
shop?
excellent idea. And I know you're joking, but that's an excellent idea because you can do fully uncensored in a retail release.
Holy man.
So if there's
Unleash the nipple or free the nipple. What is it?
I think it's
whatever.
free.
I wish I could say. I wish I could remember what we were saying, but I don't know Harry Potter enough.
Labiosa.
Labiosa. Yeah. So if you do a physical release of a hentai game, you could show the labiosa, but you can't do that in the digital version. So there you go. There you go. So our definitive answer is hentai games.
What about
That's
a
the best one.
Tetris? Or Tetris, like games like Tetris.
You know what, Mon Brain? No. I like your first idea better. Just Tetris. That's a good idea. Because every version of Tetris plays a little bit
Yeah.
different. Put the Game Boy and the
good idea.
NES. Put Tetris Sphere in there. Tetris Worlds. Tetris
Bomberman games. I don't know.
Okay, we could do that. Yeah,
Try
the
it.
2D ones only,
Yeah, sure.
not the 3D and 64 ones and all that, or that horrible update that they did where they were like Bomber, like they did like a gamer version of Bomberman
like
with that.
Bomberman.
Yeah,
Bomberman.
Oh, that it's like a robot humanoid.
they
robot
put it out, and then
thing.
2 weeks later they were like, we didn't put that out. No, let's forget about that.
Gyarados Tetris.
You know why people don't buy Bomberman enough? They just he's not a badass enough character. We needed, and then they were like, "Oh wait, people like Bomberman when he looks like Bomberman, and we make it play like Bomberman." And they put that one out on the Switch, and they were like, "Oh my god, this sold over 1 million copies." All right, thank you for your question. Let's do a music. Send
Doesn't
your
anyone care what I think?
Josh. What do you think? What game should be in a collection?
Music.
Did you know you can play Tetris for free on Tetris.com?
So Tetris is what.
So
you're
you
saying.
don't really need a collection.
I guess.
We'll just have to wait and see.
He's got inside information. Talking to your guy, apparently. Send your music to goninpod@gmail.com. goninpod@gmail.com. Please put music in the title to help out the beautiful, intelligent, warm, and welcoming Mom Brain.
I'm some of those things, but
In the interest of time, let us do 5 today.
I'm going to challenge you not to use beautiful first, because what's important is not how I look.
I meant beautiful as in beautiful mind.
I think that you don't
I got
know my mind.
want to hear it?
I know it very well.
Her brain.
Okay, this could be a little tricky because we were all discontangulated.
Don't screw
last
this up,
week.
Mom Brain.
How are we? How is this happening?
It's the same every week.
No, last week things
looks
got
a little more
moved a
tangled
little.
than usual.
Yeah, because Okay, just wanted to get myself a little room there. Okay.
I'm okay.
Wrong answer.
Okay.
Try again.
Alrighty. First, don't remember not to look.
Oh yeah.
Not that
Don't remember not to look.
Not that I think you're a cheater. I just know it's hard. Our first song comes from our pal Mikey3319, who reminds us Happy Halloween season.
Happy Halloweener.
I just read that
Happy
book.
fall,
That's
y'all.
cool.
And everybody enjoy your delicious Reese's Pieces.
Stop.
Wrong.
I know this.
Is this Game Boy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Game Boy
Color?
Color.
No.
Is it really?
I give up.
I thought I knew it. Maybe I don't. It's a scary game.
Yeah.
Monster in my pocket.
Nope.
Is it licensed?
Yeah.
I'm so confused as to how you don't understand if something is
Sometimes
licensed.
franchise and license confuse me.
Is it an intellectual property that exists outside of video games?
Yes.
Then it is licensed. Scary game or scary property, guys.
And it's on Game Boy Color. Goosebumps?
No.
This man's thinking.
No. No.
Not a bad guess.
Popular today?
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, yeah, popular enough today. No, it's not Nightmare on Elm
Halloween.
Street.
I like how the song is very pleasing.
It's soothing. Crunchy. It's very crunchy.
Yeah, I can set my watch to this one. I don't know.
Can we end it?
Yeah,
It's very upsetting to my head.
Gremlins.
No.
Child IP?
No.
Oh, okay. I got nothing.
Adam's Family.
Oh, there's a guess.
No.
We don't know.
Resident Evil Gaiden.
What? So that is not.
Resident Evil exists outside of video games, does it not?
Yes, but it has to be not a video game first.
Well, that's what I thought. That's why I was confused. Look, don't be mad at me because you don't know the answer.
Well, I didn't think I had to explain that video
Listen,
game. It can't be a video game first.
Well, that's why I thought it wasn't. That's where my confusion was.
Now I'm confused.
And you were like, does it exist outside of video games?
Does it exist outside of video games first?
And I said, okay, but you said,
I
does
know,
it exist
I
outside
know.
of video games? And I said, yes.
I didn't think I had to explain it can't be a video game first.
Okay, well, there you have it.
Because it's being so Resident Evil will be a licensed IP for the movie or the books or the
Okay.
merch.
Maybe you shouldn't ask that question anymore.
Oh, I'll be even more specific next time.
Jess, I.
hate when mommy and daddy fight.
There he is, Bomberman, as we all know and love him.
Jess, I sends us this
Pretty
song.
bad.
Oh, come on. One of my favorite songs in the game. Kirby?
So this is the original Mario Kart. Huh?
That is correct. Super Mario Kart. I'll
It
take the Mario
is-
Kart.
It is Super Mario Kart.
This is a battle theme?
No.
Just the donut thing? Or just the whatever. I don't know.
Well, I'm a little confused because it says Rainbow Road.
It could be Rainbow Road, yeah.
Oh.
Ba, 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 ba. Rainbow Road with exactly 0 hills. I always like the sound of Mario Kart soundtrack in this game because it sounds very different from other Super Nintendo games. But not no more.
Next jam
Yeah.
comes from Ask Me.
Ask me.
I think that every time too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not right.
Ask me. I know this.
Is this Odyssey?
No,
No, this is Super Nintendo.
it is.
Sounds like water.
Oh,
something.
it's Waterworld. Yeah,
It's Waterworld.
Oh, okay.
It absolutely
it's that
is.
guy.
Kevin Costner.
The guy that makes good music for
Yeah.
the worst games you've
Yeah,
ever heard.
the guy I can't remember his name.
Are we
We're good. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to hear more, but time.
Butt time.
I'd love to hear more butt time too. Where do we get that?
Yeah, I love to
The
see
Mario
some butt
poster.
time.
Fart giraffe.
Butt time. This one. Oh well, this could be a little bit. This one won't count. It's from Prat Trap.
The hell?
That's it.
That's it.
I got no idea.
I don't know.
That's why I say it won't count.
It's the sound your Joy-Con makes at the beginning of your turn when you play Super Mario Party.
Wow.
I
Disappointing.
did not know that.
That's very
Maybe if they put
specific.
out a compilation, I would know.
I
but that
stopped
one-
checking to see if they did music with Joy-Con Rumble. I should check that again. I like that stuff.
Wait, what?
That is the sound the Joy-Con makes through HD Rumble if you have it vibrating on something.
What's that?
Oh, that was really the
There are a few Nintendo games that do things like that. Yes.
Okay.
Pretty cool, right?
So this one is from Alien Boy VA.
Hey boy.
Hey boy.
Hey boy.
I'm just making sure we're not having a little ad problem. Okay, here you go.
Turok.
No.
I like that guess. Stranger Things.
No.
I would watch this.
I like it so far, yeah. Switch?
I believe so.
Okay. Not first party.
I mean, it's almost too good to be written by John Carpenter, though, right?
Well, John Carpenter sounds like him. I'm gonna guess Sonic the Hedgehog because he's a big fan.
No.
This is
Ooh.
awesome.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Can we get this?
So far, it's really good.
Ooh,
Okay.
Wii comes in.
All right.
Is this a scary thing?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Is it a driving game of some sort?
I don't know.
Is it Jack Move?
It is not.
Wow.
Hotline Miami.
No.
It's whatever.
Maybe it is a racing game. It just doesn't look like a racing game.
Is racing in the title?
Bless you.
Bless you.
This is great. I don't know what it is. Go ahead.
Listen to this all day.
Oh, never, I had it mixed up. So the game is 80s Overdrive.
Oh yeah, I know this game. I've seen trailers.
I think the artist is Wolf and Raven.
Okay.
Maybe it looks like maybe they have like a bunch of.
I'd like to drive with this.
This is cool.
I mean, I don't want to drive. Let me just say that. But if
Well.
I was driving, if I like driving, I'd drive to this.
It'd be cool, you know, in our car.
That's where driving's done. Yes,
Well, like our car specifically.
we do drive in our car.
Sometimes it drives you.
That's true.
That's correct. Time for another.
One more
for the people.
Okay. This
It is a driving
this song comes from Fart Blossom.
Beautiful.
Fart giraffe.
It's gonna be a good one. I know it. Just let me get through this ad.
Need a break from the ads? Need a break from the ads. Earthworm Jim.
So good. Fresh.
There you go.
Thank you, Fart Blossom.
Okay. A little biased in picking that one, Monday? All right. Do you got something for us here or no?
Yeah, of course. Every
Oh, okay.
week, someone Yeah, look at this. I do have something.
Oh,
it just
I looked. He just got it on his phone now.
this second right now. It showed up in my notes app for some reason, which is a weird way
Yeah,
for text messages from
Well, when they're sending you,
important
yeah,
higher
top
ups.
secret
yeah.
rumors,
Got to
they-
handle it
They hack your
sensitively.
stuff,
That's how they do it.
so they know that you're not giving it out to.
I'm saying too much. This is written. I've got written down. This is what I have to work with, people. Written down, it just says bazooms and butts have been banned. So this is
Oh
this is
no!
what I'm gonna have to make up now.
Oh,
So
wait. What?
Make up for lost time.
make up for
Oh,
lost
yeah,
time because we've got this is a 3-hour show here.
It is a long one. This might be our
so-
longest podcast ever.
So yeah, Nintendo is. I wish I wrote down more of what I was thinking when I heard this true thing. Dues views.
There
It's
we
never
go.
news. Rumor of the week starring Du Michaels. Ladies and gentlemen, it's true. Nintendo is going with the same old clothed trends of Sony and Microsoft. Bazooms and butts are now banned from video games, and if you see one, say something.
Baby, lock the door and turn the lights down low.
Oh, so we got our confirmation. I don't even need to wait for my rep anymore. There you go.
Don't have to wait for anything.
So
anymore.
it wasn't a rumor in the news earlier. It's confirmed now.
Yes. Yes.
It's amazing how that always works out. It's always the rumor's always related to something we spoke about just
That
minutes
was a
before.
really great story.
All right, guys. Thanks for sticking with us for this extra long podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. I think it was a good one. We were all over the place. We had some fun. We had some laughs. We talked about magic and vaginas and
Vaginas are
Chris
magic.
Pratt and Chris
Hurst.
Rat,
And Mario's butt.
Mario's butt.
We
and
had some JoJo's.
JoJo. I'm gonna eat one right now.
We talked about-
Thanks for listening. We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Be good, everybody.
All right, we got after show. What do you got? Anybody got anything?
Horror movies. Who's been watching them?
I haven't.
Not me.
I wanna watch
still
my-
haven't.
You said
Still
I want to
haven't.
watch My Best Friend's Exorcism because I read the book, and
They made a movie.
yeah,
Oh,
well, it's on Amazon. So I think it's a movie. I don't think it's a show.
I think I
Guys,
like
we
the
got a
book.
great movie for movie night this week.
We
Horror
sure
movie.
do.
That's what Danielle said.
The new Hellraiser.
I'm gonna be there this week, not next week.
Hey!
I was excited to be at movie night like on my birthday and be around people. but
We
I'm just
canceled
gonna
it.
Be working.
No, we canceled it. Oh, wait, you're working on your birthday? We're gonna movie night's back on. We're gonna celebrate. Oh, you know what, Nikki Hill? Let's do that. This is a fun after show thing.
Let's watch Hellraiser for your birthday when you're not here.
No, we're gonna look up celebrities that share your birthday.
Chris Pratt.
Here we go. What we got? Oh, right
Somebody-
off the
oh,
bat,
wait,
a good one.
wait. There's
Well, wait.
Zac Efron, right? Is one of them?
Hoppa.
Is Zac Efron my birthday?
Zac Efron is the number one. Yes, he will be turning 34. And
So his whole life
Andrew, you will
ahead of
know
me.
this one. It is somebody else's birthday on Nikki Hill's birthday.
No way.
FaZe Banks. FaZe Blanks.
I wouldn't have known that if I didn't see the name there.
Neo is celebrates your birthday. He'll
Who's
be
Neo?
42.
Like Keanu Reeves character?
Yep, that's the one.
No, who?
Rapper.
There's a rapper named Neo.
Chuck Berry, who died in 2017. It's his birthday. Oh my God. Turning 61 on your birthday.
Charles Martinet.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Oh, man.
That's great.
Amazing.
What else we got here?
And I just Googled your birth date and Florida man.
Oh, well, that's about it for celebrities. So, yeah, take over.
Florida man arrested for pleasuring himself with ice pack in front of first responders.
Hot in Florida.
Oh, my God.
And I like this one because there's 3 different headlines for this one. So you know it's true. And I don't know what this means. Florida man with half a head arrested for attempted murder, arson.
Wow.
And then the next one says half-headed Florida man arrested on arson, attempted murder charge. What does half-headed mean?
How do you live with half a head?
I'm
That's amazing.
scared to read the article. I'm not going to read it.
It's Florida.
Hi, Rex. Good to see you. Hi, Guy Bones. Good to see you. Hi, Aaron Cup. Good to see you. Oh, wow. That's great. Aaron Cup says this podcast pleases my pumpkin JoJo's. Ooh. This is great. You guys are the best. Thanks for hanging out in the Discord and joining us. It's always lovely to have you with us. Yeah, I guess that's it. That's all we got.
So that's all.
Hope you're having a great weekend.
Great
Play some
Agreed
games.
weekend.
Play some games. Hang out with friends, family, rest, relax. You deserve it.
Try to beat my record of 4 video games in a week.
You can't do it.
We'll see you next week. Goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.
Now that one had a bit of extra pizzazz on it.